maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Slide around the city with my day one. I ain't gotta worry cause they A1. Wasn't in the field and you can't come with us. My little shorty going stupid, going straight dumb with us. I'm a big time, still humble in the hood. Gotta keep it positive on nothing but the good. When I'm on vacation, I be stunting like I should. Got a real queen falling, she gon' stumble on the wood. And I still be doing business with my brother down. And I know that if I got it, I'ma cover them. And I know that if I need it, they gon' give it back. Gotta practice what you preachin', I be living that. Taking trips round the globe, bringing game back. Touchdown hood, happy that I came back. Take a photo with my granny for the memories. And if it's for a good cause, I'm buying 10 of these. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Knee deep in the game and I'm still the same. Why you always hating? That's a shame. Gotta split the profits with the ones that came. With your other homies, share the vision, yeah, we got the same picture. You won't catch me in the club, I like to meditate. I be higher than a bird, I like to levitate. When I ask them how they doing, it ain't never great. So I be focused on the money, need a better rate. Baby girl eating veggies, doing yoga at the crib. Swimming in the winter, don't get colder where I live. Still the same number, if you got it, you can hit me. Pull up to the park, I'ma match you on a sticky. I ain't tryna be nobody, I ain't gotta be. 100 bands up, shopping at the Dollar Tree. Never been a type that gotta act, gotta lie. I just go and get the bread and bring it back to the tribe. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. On the outside. Maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Slide around the city with my day one. I ain't gotta worry cause they A1. Wasn't in the field and you can't come with us. My little shorty going stupid, going straight dumb with us. I'm a big time, still humble in the hood. Gotta keep it positive on nothing but the good. When I'm on vacation, I be stunting like I should. Got a real queen falling, she gon' stumble on the wood. And I still be doing business with my brother down. And I know that if I got it, I'ma cover them. And I know that if I need it, they gon' give it back. Gotta practice what you preachin', I be living that. Taking trips round the globe, bringing game back. Touchdown hood, happy that I came back. Take a photo with my granny for the memories. And if it's for a good cause, I'm buying 10 of these. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Knee deep in the game and I'm I'm still the same. Why you always hating? That's a shame. Gotta split the profits with the ones that came. With your other homies, share the vision, yeah, we got the same picture. You won't catch me in the club, I like to meditate. I be higher than a bird, I like to levitate. When I ask them how they doing, it ain't never great. So I be focused on the money, need a better rate. Baby girl eating veggies, doing yoga at the crib. Swimming in the winter, don't get colder where I live. Still the same number, if you got it, you can hit me. Pull up to the park, I'ma match you on a sticky. I ain't tryna be nobody, I ain't gotta be. 100 bands up, shopping at the Dollar Tree. Never been a type that gotta act, gotta lie. I just go and get the bread and bring it back to the tribe. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside.
Once again, it's a day number 16 of December 2025, and happy Reconciliation Day to the Vooka family and also the Underground Radio family. From wherever you are listening and watching from, it is a beautiful Tuesday morning where we say hashtag choose you or choose someone else. On this beautiful Tuesday, who are you choosing? Because there is something that you need to choose. We choose impact and influence each and every day by just coming here and giving you that daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by that energetic start to your day. My name is Moeketsi Maimane and I'm happy to be with you throughout up until the last hour of 10 o'clock. We're going to have so much time as we are in the festive season. It's time for that feel-good mode that will lead us up until to 2026. I hope that you are also ready and looking forward to the rest of the days. You know that we always kickstart your day with what we call picture of the day. Behind me, you're asking yourself, where is that place? You know that in terms of your bucket list, we are here to improve it. So you're asking, where can I travel? Today or tomorrow, you can go to what they call the Kenneth Stein Bank, which is the best known conservationist and philanthropist behind Kenneth Stein Bank Nature Reserve in Yellowwood Park in Durban, a protected coastal forest he donated to the public in the 1960s. Steinbeck Estate, which also includes the historic Cordmore Castle and artworks by his sister, sculptor Mary Steinbank. Today, the area is celebrated for its rich biodiversity, walking trails, wildlife, and heritage value, making it one of the Durban's most treasured green spaces. So feast your eyes with those pictures, and of course, make sure that you go there and travel. And you might never know what you get right there, because the place offers so much good energetic atmosphere. Can go with your friends and family members. So that's all we have today for your picture of the day. And you know that each and every day we aim to bring those thought compelling and compassing conversation with the guests that we have each and every day. So for today, you're asking yourself, who are we going to be connecting with? Who are we going to be featuring in the show? And also can't wait for you to engage with him. Ask him questions by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And also you can call him because the WhatsApp line is open for calls and voice note. You can dial 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Gift, who is a software developer. He's a self-taught individual software developer. He builds mobile apps. His company name is also owned by an individual and it's called Jacobson Enterprise, that came after his nickname Kaiser Jaden Jacobson. His short-term goal with the app is all South African jobs is to make sure that at least the app reaches over 1,000k downloads of job seekers. At least 25% of them will get jobs early before they even spread widely. So if you have any questions about how is he going to do that and how is he even planning to accomplish all of that, you can just come on the comment section and let us know and ask him as much as a question as you can. So I hope that you can't wait for that, because I can't wait too. So what we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll give you all your latest news and sports headlines. In the meantime, don't switch the dial.
And you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was waste your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile, it's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the line. Put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by. And you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home. And I'm about to have a child, it's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. You was only 21 with a son on the run, no. You was living in the jungle. Got charged for a murder and some weed and a gun, no. You was moving like Rumbo. Did your time like a champ, never rumble. You was on the wrong path, you was young though. You ain't never let it break you, stay humble. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the fire and the pain in my mama's eyes. I was just a little boy, always.
Alright, once again, a very good morning. Let us keep you updated with your latest news headlines. Starting off with your first headliner, still no justice for brave Omotoso whistleblower Pamela Mabini. Pamela Mabini, a whistleblower who helped expose allegation against Pastor Timothy Omotoso, was murdered in March outside her Gqeberha home. 9 months later, no arrests have been made. Her killing followed years of threats linked to her role in the case, which later collapsed, leaving her family devastated. Honored with the 2025 Blueprint Africa Whistleblowing Prize, Mabini is remembered for her activism, NGO work, and support for GBV victims. Her family hopes to persevere her legacy through advocacy, training, and victim support. The next headline, Gauteng police shoot and kill hijacking suspects in Paris. 2 suspects were shot dead during a high-speed chase in Paris after Gauteng police and private security intercepted a VW Golf 7 linked to blue light robberies. The men dressed in fake SAPS uniforms opened fire before crashing into a fence. Police recovered unlicensed firearms, SAPS insignia, blue lights, sirens, and false plates. Preliminary investigations suggested the pair were involved in hijackings and kidnappings along the R59 and other routes, where victims were held for hours while money was withdrawn from their accounts. Police urge motorists not to stop in isolated areas. The next headline, ANC Tshwane promised to reclaim the city with township service focus. The ANC in Tshwane says it will prioritize township focus service delivery ahead of 2026 local election. Newly elected regional chairperson and deputy mayor Eugene Bonzo Modise told delegates the multi-party coalition has made progress in housing, roads, utilities, and social services and passes a fully funded 2025-2026 budget. He said the ANC claims to reclaim Tshwane by improvising services, strengthening partnerships, and reaching all communities. Secretary General Fikile Mbalula urged members to intensify on the groundwork as the party seeks to regain power lost in 2016. That's all for your news headline. Heading over to your sports news, starting off with football news. Ronwell Williams backed to lead Bafana at AFCON with a strong support. Ronald Williams remains central to Bafana Bafana's leadership and success, having inspired the team to AFCON bronze and World Cup qualification. As they head into the AFCON finals in Morocco, Andre Arendse said Williams' influence must be matched by strong support from teammates, just as in the 1996 squad. Williams is backed by assistant coach Grant Johnson and keeper Sipho Chaina and Ricardo Goss. While Goss' selection has been questioned, Arendse defended him, saying growth and resilience matter and that Williams has set a standard that others must rise to. On the cricket news, Proteas made to dig deep for African netball title, says coach Van Dijk. The Proteas retained the Africa Netball Cup title with a 56-34 win over Uganda in Malawi, securing a record 5th crown Coach Jenny van Dijk said the team had to work harder against a relentless Ugandan side and praised their strong game plan, especially in the circle. Although the Proteas fell short of their 60-goal target, Van Dijk said being champions mattered most. South Africa went unbeaten with dominant wins over Tanzania, Malawi, Botswana and Zimbabwe. The SA men's team also defended their African title, beating Zimbabwe 40-29 in the final. Heading over lastly on your football news, injury chaos hits Arsenal as key players are set to miss Everton trip. Arsenal 2-1 win over Wolves came with major injury setbacks as Ben White suffered a hamstring problem that Mikel Arteta called bad news. Gabriel remains out with a thigh injury and may only return in January, while Kai Havertz is still weeks away despite training. Young defenders Christian Mosquera and Max Downman are sidelined until after New Year and February respectively. With a squad stretched during a congested period, the return of Riccardo Calafiori from suspension offers some relief as Arsenal balance Premier League and Champions League demands. That's all for sports. Now let's get you safe on those roads with your latest traffic update. Heading over to the KZN roads, there is no reported incident at this time, so the roads are clear. And then in Gauteng, if you're in Gauteng and driving on the roads, there is a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound at Golden Highway that is affecting the right shoulder. Please approach with caution. Another stationary vehicle on the R21 northbound after Rate14 interchange is affecting the left lane. Drive carefully through that area. That's all for traffic. If you happen to be on the road, do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send your voice note on 0604933226. Now let's just get you on that daily dose of positivity by giving you your latest weather update. Please don't switch the dial.
Parking lot thinking about my grandma. He got sent home back to Trini, had to make a way up, and some youngins tried to take it off from him. I remember days right before I graduate, had to go to Jersey. It was visits in a state pen on the other side of the glass. Yeah, things moving fast at the time. Now I really couldn't face him. I ain't understand till my mom sat me down like a man, and that day, yeah, it changed me forever. I wanted revenge, but I'ma get it when I make it out, and I put him in that Miami weather. Convos on the WhatsApp got me moving real tight, cause you never turn your back even when it got spooky. Know for a fact you ain't cut me no slack. You would rewind time, yeah, like it was a movie, but it's real life and we gotta look ahead. Glad you alive, I don't gotta say you dead. Only the strong survive, it's the reason you here. Cheers to the next couple years, then they put you on trial. I was just a young child, gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by, and you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was waste your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile, it's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line.
Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far away I come from.
I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense, but nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So yeah, don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion. What happened? We probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then it's no one else. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in. Spiral out of control just from all the bantering when they accustomed to talking behind your back with all that chattering. I remove myself before I abuse myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta do it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that ain't true. How you feeling now? Even at my lowest, they tried to find a way to bring me down. Big y'all up for years, ain't talking just the brand or the sound. I don't throw things around, I do it from the heart proud. Mama just wanna see her sunshine, removing them dark clouds.
Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
You don't mean nothing to me. E-boys like you every dinner. I don't believe what you preach. You're just a rookie beginner. Hang out with boys in the streets. Like that will make you a winner. I don't believe what I see. Why are you wearing gold? You're nothing more than silverware. Thinking you're so bold, but all you are is unaware. Walk around like everything belongs to you. Talk to me like I'm the young stupid fool. Take off all your clothes. You're nothing more than silverware. Why you calling me honey?
It's exactly 22 minutes past 7, and it is a beautiful Tuesday morning, the 16th of December 2025. And if you're watching right now and listening once again, happy Reconciliation Day. I hope this morning and this day is going to be filled with a lot of joy that you have expected, as it is a festive season. So we promise to give you that energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. So much is in store and so much is to be unpacked, as we will also like you to connect with us throughout our social media platforms. We are not only live on YouTube, we are also live on Underground Radio when it comes to audio only stream. If you are interested in audio only streamer, you can just hit us up, or you can download the Underground Radio app just to get things going, and of course start your morning on a very high positive note. Connect with us, talk to us, because we are Vooka Breakfast Show. That is the hashtag that you need to use right now on YouTube. And if you want to connect with us, all social media platforms, it's a Vooka Breakfast Show. If you wanted to send your voice note, the WhatsApp line is open for calls and for voice notes. 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, and I am happy to be with you and throughout the show, because for someone who is listening and watching right now, they are and you are considered our co-host. So please do make sure that you help me to carry this show throughout as the Vooka members. Right. With that being said, you know that it is very important to know how is our day going to be looking like, or how are we starting our day when it comes to the weather update, so that you know what to expect when you go out. It's a holiday. A lot of people are trying to plan their day, you know, in terms of what am I planning to do on this day. And I think it's going to be helpful enough as you talk to us in terms of what are you choosing. Maybe what you choose might determine how you are going to spend the rest of your day. So looking at the weather across South Africa this morning, because you are in Johannesburg, you need to enjoy those beautiful clear skies as we sit at a crisp 16 degrees. And of course, moving over to Cape Town, get ready for a beautiful day with clear skies with a lovely 18 degrees. And then in Durban, expect clear skies with a comfortable 25 degrees. And then heading over to Pretoria, expect a gorgeous clear sky and a comfortable 20 degrees today. In Bloemfontein, expect a beautiful day with a comfortable 22 degrees, just a few clouds overhead. And then in Soweto, in the heart of Johannesburg, we need to get ready for a beautiful day with clear skies and a pleasant 17 degrees. And then heading over to Khayelitsha, we are looking at a beautiful clear sky and a pleasant 19 degrees today. So that's all we have. If anything comes up in terms of the latest development when it comes to the weather update, we will let you know, because it's very important to know how is the weather looking like, especially if it's December. We want to know if there is the sun is out for us to have those good times that we have been planning for across and throughout the year. And as promised that there is so much that is planned for today's day, let me just give you some schedule and a layout of what we are going to be talking about, because I know that some of you are of course here for specific things. So let me just help you to get things in order for today, because after the break I'm going to come back with your financials in terms of how the rand is doing and how is it looking like against other currencies out there. And a discussion that is going to be broken down. You've heard of someone being asked that are you ashamed of what you have just done? Aren't you ashamed of what you have just done? So I just want to know if you are the person who is under the Shameless club. What's your guilty pleasure when it comes to being shameless? Right, so that is a discussion that we're going to have. So all I need you to do is to connect with us. Come through on the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or you can send your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. And then coming back again with the news that you've missed. I'm going to come back with a news recap and some of the news that you have missed, and some of the things that you need to know. Most talking points that are on social media that you can go and check out and let us know what you think. And then that we're going to give you that daily bread, which includes today in history, celebrity birthdays, your national days, everything combined and infused. You know that it is the 16th of December, and I know that in South Africa it is a holiday. And of course, we are celebrating something else that you were never cognizant of. Right, there's always something that is being celebrated on this day. I'm going to help you to let you know what is that is being celebrated. So if you happen to be someone who enjoy national days, covered. Are you easily influenced? Because peer pressure for adults is something that is different from teenagers. With teenagers, it's understandable that someone is growing up and they're starting to learn how life works. They're starting to learn about the decisions that they make and the choices that they make in their everyday life. But now you are an adult, right? You are in your early 20s or late 20s, even in your 30s, right? Are you someone who is easily influenced? If you have the story that you want to share with us of peer pressure, please come through. Let's talk. Let's engage, because I think there's something educational that we can teach each other about peer pressure. I mean, peer pressure, I believe that it's not wrong at all if we are pressuring ourselves to do the right things. Anything that has to do with peer pressure, a lot of people, they just associate it with negativity, and it's not always the case. Sometimes peers can pressurize each other to do positive things. So I just want to hear from you if you are someone who has been pressured, right? And how did you react to the pressure that your friends or your family members have given you? And then we're going to come back with what is trending, of course, in social media. There's always something that we are clicking, sharing together with our friends. But there is that one story that, you woke up and a lot of people are talking about. Don't worry, we've got you covered because the social media trends are also going to be unpacked right here. And then, in terms of the things that you have missed, you're asking yourself that, okay, what is it that I have missed? Guess what? DSTV 2026 strategy, they have and they will undergo a major overhaul in 2026. Streaming first packages and customizable bundles are coming soon. We know that there are some of the channels that have been discontinued in DSTV. So does that mean are we going to have new channels that are coming through? Don't worry, we've got you covered because that is what we're going to be unpacking. You are a subscriber to DSTV and you are hearing the news and they're giving you that notification message on your decoder that, hey, there is something that is going to take place, which the channels are going to be discontinued. It's sad, but we have something coming soon for you. All you need to do is to buckle up and just stay there. Don't panic because there is going to be a lot of content that is going to be delivered right there in DSTV. So we're going to be unpacking that, talking about it, and going through some of the pros and cons of what is it that modern day people really watch when it comes to subscribing to streaming services like your DSTV and other streaming platforms. So that is what we're going to be unpacking also. And another interesting one which we are going to be unpacking right here is what we call modern cheating. Everyone and most of us have their own definition of what is cheating. And I want to hear yours. According to you, what do you really think is cheating? Because someone, might go and visit their friends while in a relationship, and their partner will consider them as a cheating person, and they ask themselves, so what do you really mean when you say I cheated because I was just visiting my friends, right? So we define this word in so many different ways. We're going to be unpacking and discussing that. Talk to us into what is cheating. And then, of course, as mentioned, that we're going to be joined by Gift right here on the show. Gift Moeketsi, who is from Limpopo, a 26-year-old who's a self-taught individual software developer. He builds mobile apps. His company name is also owned by an individual called Jackelson Enterprise. That came after his nickname, Kaiser Jaden Jackelson. His short-term goal with the app is all South African jobs is to make sure that at least the app reaches over 100k downloads of job seekers. At least 25% of them will get jobs early before they even spread widely. We know that South Africa is still scuffling and drowning in the unemployment rate. So people like Gift, they're here to help bridge the gap that we are seeing in the unemployment rate right now, right? So can't wait to be with him just to find out more in terms of what is his vision and mission with the work that he does. So there's so much, and I can't wait to unpack those with you, and I also can't wait to hear some of your thoughts in terms of what you're thinking. So what we're going to do right now is to take a short break, and then when I come back, I'm going to give you the latest financials, because it's very important to know how is the rand doing with other currencies, because most of us are shoppers, most of us are travelers. So you want to know how is the rand doing with other currencies, right? So let me do exactly what I have said right now by taking a short break, and then when you come back, we continue.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it. dark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising. I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally. I get it, I get it. I guess I get it now. Life is taking enough from me. Think I just need security. Yeah. So crazy how anything can happen.
All right, let's deep into the financial indicators for this Tuesday morning. Let us look at how the rand is doing against the dollar. So hold on to your hats, Mzansi, because the rand is feeling feisty at 16 rand 78 cents to the dollar. So the dream gadget from overseas might just be a little less of a splash. And then heading over to the Great British Pound, fancy a trip across the pond. The British Pound is currently trading at 22 rand 46 cents. So start saving those pennies, Mzansi. And then with the euro, dreaming of sipping coffee in Paris, with the euro trading at 19 rand 72 cents. That French bouquet will taste extra artisanal, and you'll definitely feel it in your pocket. And then with the Japanese yen, good news for all you tech enthusiasts and budding travelers. The Japanese yen is trading at 11 cents to the rand, meaning those imported gadgets or even future trip to Tokyo are looking a whole lot friendlier on your wallet. Second, lastly, with the Australian dollar dreaming of a walkabout down under, each Australian dollar is trading at 11 rand 16 cents. So your holiday budget might need a bit more boerewors to make up the difference. And then lastly, on your Chinese yuan, attention to all the gadget lovers, because the Chinese yuan is trading steady at 2 rand 38 cents. So those irresistible imports from the Far East might just ask a little more of your rand. That's all we have for your financial indicators for this morning. If you happen to be someone who is a traveler and of course a shopper of the gadgets that are coming from overseas or abroad, that is how your markets are looking like. We will come back with the latest tomorrow morning, same time, same place. And speaking of that, you know that on this beautiful morning we are asking a question. It's Tuesday. What are you choosing? Who are you choosing? And why are you choosing that person? Why are you choosing that thing? Because we always choose impact. The work that we do, just make us to make you to start your day on a very high energetic note. and filled with positivity. And speaking of positivity, we always share beautiful messages and quotes with you that can help you to kickstart your day on a very high energetic note with good vibes, great vibes, of course, good music. It's December, it's festive season. We are all within. We have so many plans for this festive season, but most importantly, the one that we encourage is spending time with your family. Right? You have to be looking forward to that because there's nothing interesting and fun like spending time with family members. Not speaking about scandals or sharing rumors about who did this and that. We are humans, we are not perfect. But we know that family bond is something that really, aspire a lot of people to have families. And speaking of the motivational message that we have for you on this day, it reads as follows. It says life will provide you with challenges. You must always have a fighting spirit within you. Right? Challenges will be thrown in you. Challenges will be given to you. You will come across challenges and obstacles in your life. But one thing that you must always have and you must not always forget is to have a fighting spirit. Are you someone who is a brave and a courageous person to fight the obstacles and the challenges that you have in your life? Please, if you have done that this year, please continue to do so, because whether you like it or not, life will never stop having challenges. Whether you like it or not, those challenges have to be there. So the least that you can do is to groom that fighting spirit within you. Groom it and make sure that it lives within you. So those are the profound and beautiful motivational words that we have for you. And then a quote that we have, because we always have quotes from famous people. If you have one that you would like to share with us, please come through on the comment section, because you know that we always have quotes that we have created ourselves that have made us the people that we are today. Right? Maybe your quote can help the next person, can help someone else out there who is listening and watching. So come through and share the quote with us, because the one that I have for you this morning is from Karl Marx. So Karl Marx says nothing can have value without being an object of utility. Right? Listen to that very attentively. He says nothing can have value without being an object of utility. I'm just gonna let those words, simmer.
Yeah, or use. So if into a sting, like a hammer, right? Then there's just no value. So in terms of utility, use.
Yep. The usage.
Usage.
Yeah. I'm gonna be useless.
Yeah. So utility.
Yeah.
So if an object does not have utility or usage, then it doesn't have value. So Lana, nothing can have value without being an object of utility.
Yeah. Right. Those are beautiful, profound words from the one and only Karl Marx, as we are, breaking down for you to say, nothing can have value without being an object of utility. So use those words, run away with them, because it's going to be a beautiful day ahead, and I hope you're gonna have that beautiful day. And speaking of having a beautiful day, we know that we have some comments that are coming through each and every time. Let me just head over to our social media comment section street just to see who is there and just say hi. I see Tembi came through saying a very good morning to our energetic best Vooka team, Vooka Nation and Underground Radio DPN, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. What a beautiful sunny Tuesday morning. A very good morning to you too, Ma. Come through again and say hashtag happy blessed Tuesday. Take care and stay safe. Absolutely, that is our ingredient of the day. Ingredients of the day: staying blessed and staying safe. And then she comes and say, on this chooser day, I am choosing our best energetic Vooka team and the Vooka Nation and the Underground Radio DBN. Absolutely beautiful and absolutely amazing, right? Because it's Tuesday, and I asked you that what are you choosing on this beautiful Tuesday? Because there's something that you need to choose. Whether you're not someone who like to choose, but we encourage that you choose something, as we're going to help you to have a very good day. As Mam Tebi chose the Vooka team, it means she is ready to kickstart her day on a very high energetic note that is filled with positivity. And then I have Butle Mni. Good morning, Butle. She says, good morning, Vooka team. Hashtag Vooka break for sure. Hashtag Sivugile. Very, very interesting. Keep those comments coming by using the hashtag Vooka break for sure. Let me know if Uvugile or you're not. I mean, if you're not Vooka, if Vuganga, you won't be able to comment, I understand. But if Vugile, just hop on in the comment section and let us know how is your day looking like and what are you planning for the rest of your day, because there are things that we can help you in terms of planning for the day. And one of them is highlighting today's day, which is the Day of Reconciliation Day. That is the national and the international day that is being celebrated and observed annually in South Africa on the 16th of December. It is a public holiday created in 1995 to promote national unity and healing after apartheid. The date was chosen for its deep significance to both Afrikaner and Black South African history, from the Battle of the Blood River to the Liberation Struggle commemoration, making it a symbolic bridge between divided past. Today, the day is marked through reflection, cultural events, community gatherings, and national ceremonies aimed at strengthening social cohesion and advancing the country's reconciliation journey. Right? So that is the day that is being celebrated and observed in our country today. So it commemorates and of course make sure that strengthening social cohesion is one of the things that are happening. It's very important to go out and gather with people. Social gathering, as the system that we had back in the days, was just making our people to not gather and our people separated and segregated. So we are celebrating this day in commemoration of cohesion. So let us commemorate, let us make sure that we gather in beautiful and peaceful moments that we have. As it says right here, is from the Battle of Blood River to the Liberation Struggle commemoration. It is making a symbolic bridge between the divided past that we have. So I hope that everyone is going to go outside and celebrate this day. It's a beautiful holiday that makes sure and encourages people, social cohesion and all of those things. So you can let us know what are your plans for this day, as it is a holiday. A lot of you are taking this day for rest, are taking this day to see other people out there, and also attending the events that have been planned for this day. So that is the national and the international day that we have for you. Very, very interesting things that we're still going to unpack. But for now, what I'm going to do is to take a short break, and then when I come back, I'm going to give you all of your news recap that you have missed when we begin the show. So don't switch the dial.
요즘 내 일기가 재미없어진 이유를 찾았어. I've been wasting all this time finding words to let go. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder. I can't be watching, waiting for changes, wondering for the right time. Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles. It's just a merry-go-round. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. But when I'm with you, it feels so new. Cause I'm on a secret, I'm all alone falling. I've been off and on with you. Tell me why it's so hard to choose. Go what goes round and round. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder. I can't be watching, waiting for changes, wondering for the right time. Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles. It's just a merry-go-round. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. But when I'm with you, it feels so new. Cause I'm on a secret, I'm all alone. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. So many things with you, yeah. It feels so new. Cause I'm on a secret, I'm all alone, falling.
Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? I can tell you've been mixing from the sign you've been given. How you so dangerous? Haven't you played enough? Don't be straighten up, don't be waking up. Fine, fine girl, she want me. Give her my love, only. Till my love, she want me. She do me that, she do me. Fine, fine girl, she want me. Give her my love, only. Till my love, she want me. She do me that, she do me. Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna break me so? Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna break me so? Delilah, Delilah, why you wanna break me so?
It's 7 minutes till we hit 8 o'clock on the dot, and these are the news headlines that you missed before we started. Then on the first headline, still no justice for Omotoso whistleblower Pamela Mabini. Pamela Mabini, a key whistleblower who helped expose allegation against controversial pastor Timothy Omotoso, was shot and killed outside her home in Gqeberha in March. 9 months later, no arrests have been made, leaving her family and supporters without answers. Mabini had faced years of threats and intimidation linked to her involvement in the Omotoso case, which ultimately collapsed. Despite this, she remained active in GBV advocacy, NGO work, and survivor support. In recognition of her courage, she was posthumously awarded the 2025 Blueprint Africa Whistleblowing Prize. Her killing has intensified concerns about whistleblower safety in South Africa, especially amid broader outrage over attacks or witnesses linked to corruption and abuse cases. So what's next is a police investigation continue, but families and activists are demanding progress. Renewed calls are growing for stronger witness and whistleblower protection laws. Mabini's family plans to preserve her legacy through advocacy, training, and victim support initiatives. And then on your second news recap, Gauteng police shoot a dead hijacking suspect after high-speed chase. So what happened is two suspect hijackers were shot and killed in Paris following a high-speed chase involving Gauteng police and private security. The suspect traveling in a VW Golf 7 allegedly opened fire in officers before crashing into a fence. The men were reportedly part of a blue light robbery syndicate, impersonating police using fake SAPS uniforms, blue lights, sirens, insignia, and false number plates. Authorities believe the suspects were linked to hijackings and kidnappings along the R59, where victims were held for hours while money was withdrawn from their bank accounts. Unlicensed firearms and police paraphernalia were recovered at the scene. What's next is IPID is expected to review the police shooting as per procedure. Investigation continue into possible accomplices and wider syndicates linked. And police urge motorists not to stop for blue light vehicles in isolated areas and to verify legitimacy. And then lastly, on your news recap, ANC Tshwane vows township focus service delivery ahead of 2026 polls. What's happening is the ANC in Tshwane has pledged to reclaim the city in 2026 local elections, promising a renewed focus on township service delivery. Regional chairperson and deputy mayor Eugene Bonzo Modise highlighted progress under the multi-party coalition, including improvements in housing, roads and utilities and social services. Tshwane has been governed by unstable coalition since the ANC lost control in 2016. Modise said a fully funded 2025-2026 budget has been passed, creating a platform for service delivery. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula urged the members to intensify grassroots mobilization, saying electoral victory depends on visible improvements in people's daily lives. Then what's next is ANC structures will ramp up door-to-door campaigning in townships. Service delivery performance will be a key battleground issue in 2026, and coalition partners and opposition parties are expected to counter ANC claims with their own records. That's all for your news recap this morning. If you happen to have anything you want to share with us, please come through in the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or you can send your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. 3 minutes till we hit the hour 8 o'clock on the dot. And of course, we have a very interesting conversation that we're going to be unpacking right here. All you need to do is to be with us. But before I do that, the ladies have joined me right here on the table just to give you that energetic dose of your day. Very good morning, ladies. And how are you doing this morning?
Goeiemorgen.
Hello.
Afrikaans mode today.
Yeah.
But Mr. B beat me to it, so I regret speaking Afrikaans. But hello, everybody. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I feel good in pink because Sana Iken. Tuan Iken. Ikeni. Sana Ikeni. We inside.
Okay, well, good morning to you, boo. I think that I also joined you by mistake because I have a bit of pink on my shoes, a bit of pink on my dress.
Combos are communicating.
We are clocking it. Yes, so good morning to the Vooka Breakfast Show. It's yet another amazing and fantastic, sunny, beautiful Tuesday. But when you get so bad, hamba nawe. But when hamba no bani. But 242 Choose Moeketsi Day, where we give out our thanks and glory to everybody that we choose, and we're actually thankful for having each and every single time and each and every single day in our lives. And yes, to those who do not know me and those who know me, I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter than don't me. Oh my girl, introduce yourself to
the name NommyP. Goodbye. Kama all the way from Durban, heading all the way Durban. We are here to make our dreams come true, and good morning to you.
Yeah, so Ping Panther. A very, very interesting, conversation that I want us to go through right here.
You have no chill, by the way.
Because when I started, I spoke about being in the Shameless Club. I don't know if you guys are in the Shameless Club and what's your guilty pleasure. But right now, for people who are listening and watching right now, I just want to draw a scene in terms of what we are really talking about. Because by being honest, we all know that one person who is absolutely shameless when it comes to certain things, maybe it's food, maybe it's freebies, ladies, maybe it's hogging to the bride tongues like they own fire. Today we are calling them out with love, of course, because being shameless is one of strategies and one of the things that people do and encourage freeness, right, in everywhere you go, whether it's social gathering, just by being yourself. One will say being shameless is just being myself, but I don't know. What are your thoughts? Are you part of the shameless club? Are you a shameless person?
When it comes to food, shame, I have no shame. When it comes to eating, me, I have no shame.
Yeah.
I think I might want to argue with that one. Girl, you clearly saw that I have no shame more than you when it comes to food. That one you know by heart.
But the way you guys saw me when we first ate together, you guys were like, no, me.
But I was not judging you.
And I was just like, there is no shame in it.
What
so
you do.
I'm definitely shameless when it comes to eating.
Yeah.
I have no shame.
Yeah. I mean, we know that there are people who have significances and how they will define what the setting should happen, should be like in terms of you coming and doing things. I mean, you love food, you go to certain places and you're like, okay, is this the right place to, consume that much food, because you know that there's someone who is a fast eater, a slow eater, and we meet on the day. And now it's becoming a scuffle now to say, Sisi, aren't you ashamed of what you're doing?
I do have places and people.
Okay.
Like, for example, in the corporate world, as much as they're like, no, you can have all the food you can. But there's some things you just don't do because, like, you don't want to be the topic of the day. So I read the room. Yeah. I read the people, and sometimes I act as if some people know me as just a 2-slice eater. She doesn't like eating; she only just eats 2 slices. Simply because I read the room and I was like, okay, this is not the place for me to fill my plate. But then some people know me as Ukimba, and they're like, oh, that girl can eat for days, because I've read the room and I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable with these people. I can have 8 slices and nobody can judge me. So yes, as much as I am shameless when it comes to eating, I also do read the environment that I'm in. And like, I can't be at a wedding, I'm booked now as an MC, and now I'm just taking 2 plates of food. Do you understand? 1 plate and nakona food, see, everything is just small, well balanced, carbs, protein, as a lady. But as soon as I get home on Christmas Day, me and 4 plates waiting for me, I'm ready.
Very interesting. And one of the questions that I want to ask you is, have you ever been asked after doing something that aren't you ashamed of what you've done?
Oh, numerous times. I would finish a loaf of bread and my mom would be like, aren't you ashamed that you just finished a loaf of bread and my kids haven't eaten and you've eaten everything? And I'm like, oh girl, I need a Coke so I can burp this bread. But I've been called out a couple of times.
Yeah. With you?
For me, it's also the whole food situation. I think at the other job that I work at, waitressing, that's like probably the one place where I don't eat a lot, but they know that I love snacks. Okay. So they know that this one is probably carrying some sweets in her apron. If it's not sweets, she has some peanuts. If it's not peanuts, then I have some dates in my pocket. If it's not dates, then trust me, one of the guests is gonna give me something to snack on. Yeah. So that's how it happens for me. And yes, I do eat a lot. Even at home, like at home, they become shocked because I think most of the time at home I do eat a lot, but now I kind of like turned it down a notch because it's like now a competition between me and my little brother.
So you
like ngathi kahle kahle sibeka ama plate ukuthi ubani umafobele weqiniso. Like you see the whole situation, but I do have times where it's literally like, especially if nobody's at home, then it's me, my little brother, it's me and the kids. Then trust me, the adults are not there. Trust me, Mega, it's me, the kids. Then you even see my son coming in, and I'm like, wait, like it needs to be down now to like a very small portion. And then besides that, some people ask me like, don't I have any shame for the fact that I'm a bit too loud? Yeah. And then I'm like, but that's how I am. And for me, being loud is like an important factor of my identity. Yeah. Because most people only spot the fact that if I'm sick, I'm stressed, I'm worried, the only way that you're able to see that is if I'm quiet. So imagine if I went from being loud and I just become quiet all the way. Most people who truly know me will think that this like serious. But most people do know that if I'm not speaking, if I don't talk a lot, then there's something going on with me. That's when people start being concerned. It's like, no, girl, you good though? Are you okay? Like today you're not. I'm like, no, man. Like I'm not okay, man. And then I've also been called shameless for like acting delulu.
The only Solulu.
For acting a little delulu, because I have a tendency of this is something that the guys at the back actually know. I have a tendency of out of nowhere when they're in a conversation, I just snap in and I end on my other conversation. They're like, wait, who are you talking to? I thought you're talking to them. I'm like, I'm talking to y'all. So that's like one of the other things.
Conversation and you just jump another topic, your own. Girl, that's the delusion.
No, in a way, you find that I found something at that moment. I would say that's a bit of a problem, because if you guys are talking and I remembered something that's like kind of maybe leading up to whatever you guys are talking about, I kind of like, you know what, so this and this happened. I'm like, then I start explaining, and then that's how it is. And then for the people in my hood, they would say that I'm a bit delulu when it comes to me breaking out into a dance. Randomly, I break out into a dance.
I mean, those things. There's a level and a degree of what we consider shameless or a shame. In a society, this is considered a shame. But we know that when it comes to guilty pleasures, I mean, one of yours, it's bread, right? You enjoy. You enjoy finishing a loaf of bread.
I mean, why are you embarrassing me?
I mean, my brother has also asked me if, like, dude, aren't you ashamed of yourself for like finish? Because I finished the whole snack, like the big snacks. Like all I finished them.
Go. One man.
In one day. For him, it's a thing of eating, saving it for the next day.
I don't do that. What if the world ends?
Exactly. I'm like, no, bro.
No
like,
sense,
it really doesn't. For me, it doesn't really work out, because I've bought the thing for that moment. So I'm going to eat it. But society like, hi boy, for finishing the whole snack. Why are you doing that?
So Mo, let me challenge you guys, since you guys are shameless, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the series Shameless.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Because I was about to talk about that, Tuguti.
But maybe let me. Okay, so talk about it. But I wanted to ask Uguti, then what do you consider shameful?
Shameful.
Yeah.
Right,
think about it, but then go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, to buy a cigarette. That's shameful, because there are people who would do that. I mean, Frank is like really did that. He would sell his kids. He said, no, it's fine. No, just give me a packet of cigarettes and then you can have this,
And to think is my favorite character. I'm judging myself.
Right. And when you look at the character of Frank, when you just look at him holistically, you will see that there are a lot of, downfalls. Things that are wrong about him for him to be where he is.
But it's funny.
He is. But one question is, would you be Frank Gallagher?
I would.
Yes.
Me, I love Frank.
Yes.
I would for a day, yes. There was a certain is an episode or season where he was making alcohol underground. That killed me. He was living underground. He was working on this project, and he was really feeling the project. One thing about Frank, when he was into his shenanigans, he used to be very passionate about his shenanigans.
He would go out.
I remember there was his other son that he was trying to convince. I don't remember for what, but he was just constantly there. He even accepted the fact that he was gay simply because he wanted that one fifth. I think it didn't have a place to stay or something. And he also liked playing around with, who's this teenager? Was it Debbie? Because Fiona was the older one.
Yes, Debbie. It's Debbie.
He was very manipulative.
I mean, what he did with Liam, guys.
Frank Hashem, there's a lot. His wife dying and him getting. He even got married on his deathbed. I need to watch it again. But something that I find shameful now that we're talking about Frank Gallagher, right? As a mom, Shem, I'm gonna call myself out. This one is shameful. Eating food from a baby. And telling a baby it's like a bag, there's like a bag. That's shameful. And you're like, oh, you don't want the snack? Oh, there's a bag. And then you just shove it in your mouth. That is shameful. As a mom, shame. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, Frank, there are things that, when you look at him and trying to project that character, to yourself and say, would I do that in society? And how would society view this? I mean, no, guys. What Frank did most of the time, it's totally unacceptable.
I'm trying to remember, like, the one instance
really
where he did something that was nice.
I think right now, let me bring you to something that is happening right now. So Frank will go on and date vulnerable people. Someone who has cancer, who's dying, and wants insurance money from, So, would you date someone who's like that? A guy comes to you and say, you know what, na 30 days. Or when I go and look for the guy, say, yo, I'm Nanyaktanda put. And you know that the guy's left with 30 days for him, on this earth. And you're like, sign this.
For desperate measures.
I think I probably would, because I'm trying to assure you that your money is going to be spent wisely.
Nah, for 30 days.
That reminds me of a certain episode where his daughter, remember his stepdaughter that kept seeking him, and they had and he had a grandchild that he didn't like, but for some reason they were living in a caravan, and he acted as if he was helping them, but he wanted something from them.
Exactly.
What did he take? Was it a house or something?
Something. Like Frank always wants something, and he doesn't even get successful with getting those things.
Like, that's life, guys. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
But now that is a shame. Like, it's a shameful thing to do. Right now, maybe there is because social media is considering the people who are dating disabled people as
that's shameful. Yes, thank you for calling it out. I will call it out, guys. That is not content. You are playing with someone else's.
Oh yes, the thing that happened in KZN.
Like, KZN content creators are now vultures when it comes to girls living with disability, be it like a mental disability or physical disability. You don't play like that. There's things you play with and there's things you don't play with, because this person falls in love with you and you guys.
I think but who's to say
if you're pushing content, because you have no intentions of really marrying that person and spending the rest of your life with that person. Chances are you have your own girlfriend and they just an on-screen girl.
Sure, but everything you've said, Manje, is purely speculation.
No, in a way.
Can you say Afriberry, or do you agree or no?
In a way, I do agree. No, man, I wouldn't say that it's speculation, because the person that we're talking about a specific content creator who was seen.
Broke up with Umbali. Shame, man.
Yeah, and
you see, why is it a shame?
No.
And besides that,
no, but he came. I'm not saying shame as in shameful. I'm like,
shame on you.
But what I'm saying is, who's to say I'm Tandi?
But this guy was seen he is being dating different people who have disabilities, be it mental or physical. And at TikTok. So the thing, our problem, my problem specifically, is the fact that, if you're dating somebody who's disabled, then it's fine, but focus on one person. You can't be taking different videos. You taking this person to a date, you kissing that other one, then kissing that other one.
Let me take it back to you, ne? So when you've dated able-bodied individuals, ne?
What's that, guys?
No, an albino person.
Oh no, but
it's I'm not saying it's for content, because I want to it's dreamed to be like you're dating one of the lowest people ever, and I've dated an albino way before
does Frank have a meme or something, G?
He does. Surely he does. He's my favorite.
Definitely.
Okay, the question is, have you dated someone who's physically abled?
Yes.
Why don't you stick to that one person?
I did. What you mean?
Why did you guys break up? Why aren't you guys still together right now?
If the thing I want to say is something that I cannot say on air, but yeah, we broke up.
But y'all broke up, right? Mm-hmm. So why do you expect this guy, Ugutiana, he has to stick to one person?
I'm not expecting to stick to one person, but what we're saying is that he's taking a bit of an advantage.
But how do you know?
Guys.
We know this.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Guys, mina umbaling amthanda. For the same reasons that you have exes.
Can I say something?
Sure.
The reason why I feel like he's doing it specifically for content is because when you're in love, intimacy becomes a thing in your relationship, right? That is holistic. It's a relationship holistically.
Yeah.
But in his case, and I admire this about him, he wasn't taking advantage of her physically. So there was no intimacy in the relationship. They were never intimate, according to the screenshots that we saw. All right. Now, my question then says, how do you survive? They've been dating for how long? A year?
Yeah. It's been
More than a year or a year. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
I stand to be corrected.
Longer than most people, right?
Longer than most people. And they weren't intimate, but they were taking pictures in bed, and people were assuming, because there's an assumption when you take pictures,
Yeah,
you
when you're in a hotel,
you look,
towels.
intimate in towels and intimate where we are assuming as a public that there is some sort of intimacy, but there wasn't. And also, it seems as if the relationship does not exist off screen. It's an on-screen thing. On a random Tuesday, you wouldn't see them lie Soweto trying to get it kota, holding hands, walking down the streets. No, unless if there's cameras and there's people and there's a crowd and an audience. So the fact that their relationship only existed when there's an audience and cameras gives us the impression that that relationship is an on-screen and content relationship.
I hear you, but I love the word that you mentioned, Uti. As the audience, we assume, right? So
It's an assumption.
I don't want to make an ass out of you and me, but asaz, we do not know.
Asazi, but
For the same reasons, you've got an ex that you haven't or you were not intimate with. You do have that ex, right?
Yeah.
Right?
We all do.
Gladly.
Sure, but then you guys were dating. So what if Basbambele for marriage?
What made it different, though, is that if you had seen me with an ex, you would see even if no one was watching us, you would see from a distance that those people are in love. In their case, if you bump into them like randomly elokshini ekasi or in Gateway Thursday nights, you don't see them as people that are in love, unless if you take your phone out, then they need to put on an act. You see.
Oh, you've seen them when
I know people that have seen them together, and people know, would see this is not a relationship. It's just strictly for content. And another thing, ever since Mark Zuckerberg introduced this thing of monetization on Facebook, there's a lot of people that are now getting into this trend of putting relationships out there strictly for the money. Like even fully abled people, like Mo and I would be like, okay, let's fake this relationship. We are the next Kim and Kanye of South Africa, only because we want views, and views mean money. Like people are doing ridiculous things on social media, bro.
So it's a shameful thing to date someone for likes and
shameful
for the comments.
because you're playing with someone's feelings.
Yes, it's shameful.
You're playing with someone's feelings.
What do you think is shameful on your end, Afri?
Based on what exactly?
No, I need to. Okay, so we know that as individuals we are biased. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right. So there are certain things that when you'd be like, nah, guys, what's the
There's
big deal?
wrong.
There's nothing wrong. But there are other things that you look at and you're like, guys, this is shameful. I'm sorry, but yo. Because I think Nang is seen to normally city like ona mahlon who's phethe kabi. So what I'm asking is, what are some of the things that you would look at and say, I know, like Lana was phethe kabi?
For me, I'd probably think that's, and this goes to my uncle's friends, thinking that because you're a friend of somebody in that specific yard, it gives you a right to enter however you like or not even follow the house rules. And I'm saying this specifically because I have a 2-year-old little brother, and whenever they enter the yard, because my uncle doesn't say anything, they feel they need to and they don't listen towards that.
That's irresponsible.
And then mama
disrespectful.
no le ngiyayibona umuntu ayeke idlazi aka mama akhe kubo azekhaya la ndidlazi ekhaya.
But that's disrespect, because shameful or shamelessness we're talking about that thing where it's like you can't really argue. Like in this case, we can argue about Umbali and right Uts, no, but no, it's for views, but no one can really come through and say you are being convicted for this thing. That's wrong.
But yeah,
it's plain
we
wrong,
all agree
right?
on that one.
No, on your end.
Something that is shameful.
Yeah, that you like this one. I mean, let's say udlile, and you still want to come through this kaftini. Like, come on, guys, that's shameful.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen it on family gatherings, especially when people come and to help out at your house when it's like an umsebenzi, and then you would see people cooking food that's for them. You're asking for the chicken, they're like, no, this one is not for like you can't come get it.
That one
uzo peggy chicken 100 drumstick in one pot. Then you're like, no, this one is for the people who were only cooking. What do you mean? Shame on you.
If you put it like that. But like if it's a family gathering, now I come from a very big family. Every year on the 26th of December we have a family gathering. Everybody knows you're supposed to pay 150 rands or 200 or 250 for your plates, because there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
People don't pay. The males, specifically the older ones, which is the elders, they don't pay, and they not a part of the planning. We have a WhatsApp group, Summer Diamond, we're planning, this is the color we're wearing this year, denim and whites. They're not part of that. Automatically we are thinking you are not part of the gathering. And then you come on the 26th, we've already counted the plates, Tina. Now
Mshana kuphi ukudla kwami?
Nomfundo nika umkhulu wakho iplate 150 yami.
Hayi bo guys. But Leo, I do understand.
Keep it 150 for umkhulu.
Hey, yeah. I mean
has no interest in being part of this. You asking umkhulu, are you gonna come? Hayi mina ngeyintsizweni ngengomeni, and then it rains.
His family, guys.
He comes with 7 people.
Family.
7 people.
His family.
Because you know what my mkhulu does? He comes with insizwa laphaya over 7-8 people. He's like, take our plates, we're holding
there's a guy
Frank.
So there's a guy who posted a vlog, going to his grandmother's wedding. So he found out that
his grandmother's wedding,
not wedding, man, his birthday, grandmother's birthday, right? So he goes there and he finds out that for you to be in the table you must RSVP. It's like, hi boo, guys, this is my grandmother. What do you mean I have to RSVP in my grandmother's birthday? Like, no, guys, that's really wrong.
No, but I agree with those
if
people.
you are planning an event, just know that the loophole that you're going to expect is family members coming in for free.
With catering, guys, you see now things are different. Even in my uncle's wedding, this thing happened. People didn't RSVP and then they pitch. You are not counted in the wedding. These venues say 100 people, ne?
Yeah.
And now you are coming with 3 other people. You haven't RSVP'd. We already reached capacity. We've reached capacity. The venue says 100. We already have 100. Now you want us to say 103. We don't have a plate for you. We don't have your glass, the decor. We don't have a chair. You are an inconvenience. If they say RSVP, it's because catering counts per head, decor counts per chair, per head, nakona, venue counts per head. Things have changed, guys. Even if we're doing it ekasi, ekabokoko, catering is counting per head, decor per head. Now you're gonna come with abantu basekas like about 7 that have an RSVP. Which drumstick are you gonna eat?
But in a way, I actually get what you're saying, because like black people, specifically black people, have a problem with following rules and RSVPing, and then it becomes a problem. For example, for birthday, I would say I would understand if they said maybe, for example, there was a special notice for immediate family. We already know what immediate family would sing.
Yes.
Says count to look okay, about 5. Kulabantwana about 5, first born nabantwana about 3 nabazukulu abanganagana. Then we've already counted masitha ama relatives. Sesibalo munyu cousin akagogo ngale nongale about. That's like basically the other family members that are count for an RSVP. But people also need to understand when it comes to a wedding, especially if it's a venue that has been booked, then RSVPing is super and major important. Because it is mandatory. So it's only a few catering companies depending on which catering company that you actually hire, it's only a few catering companies that will actually come up with e-backup. Most of them, they make sure to when they cater per head and they are done.
Yeah.
Unless I ask for backup, then they will bring backup within the budget that I gave them. But if me per se as a person, I didn't ask for backup, then
So here's the big question right here. That is being shameless a bad thing, or it's just part of living your best life? Because we cannot take away the fact that there are some places where you being shameless, you become the favorable person.
Yes.
Understand? And it can also work in your favor, right? If maybe I have a partner, she finds out that I like to eat a packet of snacks alone, that will say, okay, I see that you love, I'll buy them for you, right? You go to certain places and someone's like, no, man, I'm looking for someone to be part of this, TV show that I'm, planning, which is Abantu Abadla Maloof. So you will be...
Why do you like embarrassing me?
It can act, into your favor to say, okay,
yes.
What is it that I'm being shameless? I'm
baby Pechangao.
Yeah.
I signed you up.
Yeah. The reason,
so mad.
I think the reason we have high levels of crime is because there are people who are shameless, right? There are people who can go out there and do shameless things
and have no remorse.
Yeah, and have no remorse in what they have done. So now this thing, being shameless, can even go beyond, because if we are celebrating people who are shameless in our society, that means we are promoting what comes beyond being, shameless.
Excessive shameless.
Right? So yes, being shameless, sometimes it can be a good thing, because you're also, showing people that you can be free around them. You can be free in spaces, because there are people who are always, they are conserving themselves and saying, and grab a sandwich and things like that, because they know what society will deem that behavior, because they will say, why would you stand up without not being asked and grab a sandwich? Why?
Don't take me there. But you know what I've realized, a lot of shameless things have a point where they become unacceptable. For example, myself, I'm calling myself out. There's a thin line between gluttony and eating a lot. Gluttony is a sin. So now I'm trying to control my intake, because now I have to delve deeper and be like, is this just a shameless thing which I do for fun just to eat, or am I greedy? To say this packet of chips that I'm eating right now, I'm eating it right now all at once in one go, because I don't want Afriberry to come and eat those chips and I'm not there. Now it's greed, you see. Now it's gluttony, because now I'm eating and I'm sleeping, I'm not being productive. And as a Christian, it's a sin. Gluttony is a sin. Also, there's another thing of these adults, I'm also going to call them out, because that is shameful and is shameless. The adults that take kids during school holidays and make them dance in the streets. I'm so glad that doesn't happen here in Joburg, but in Durban we see a lot of it. Adults take kids that are like 4 or 5, below the age of 10,
make them
dance in the streets, like normally by a scene, like a Zulu traditional dance. Then they normally do this in intersections or by the robots. So when the robot closes, these kids are coming to you, still am I 5 rand, still am I 2 rand, and they're asking you for money, and the adult is right on the opposite side of the road, and whatever money you give them, they take it to the adults. That's a shameful thing to do, because why are you not working? Why are you not making cakes, making boma stock sweet, making boma iced lollies? And he would trust me, if Frank was South African, he would definitely be doing that, especially if he was from Durban. Durbanites, I'm calling you guys, that is shameful.
Well, you know what, in Joburg, we actually do have some of that. If you go to places like for example, MTN Taxi Rank, like no, but all about
they stop you still with my 5 rand.
No, when donation by a it's like kids from primary and young teenagers that you'd find there.
Shameful,
and then if you don't find them like that, then donation because I remember on the 30th of November, me and the family went out, and then on our way back, we saw kids asking for donations, and they're like, "Into school," I'm like, "But equal's value, Joe."
It's the parents that are sending
Which
these
donation are you asking? Because technically you are done writing. So
Gina,
which donation are you asking?
And I'm talking in primary because I used to use the route here, Roodepoort, then take a train to Bosmont. So we would print
a donation form.
an additional
I also
photocopy,
used to do that.
an additional donation. We did it
And
ourselves.
scam people.
We did it ourselves, and
Scam people.
yeah. So it's not adults. It's not adults.
That's
These
different.
kids, and I wasn't impoverished or anything.
It was
but
just being
a
stoned.
child that is in lack will become more creative. So Bonabazo Yenta, like as a continuous thing for them. So I don't think there's an adult behind there. So Lama donation forms, it's kids that do this themselves.
Yeah, but in a way, it also comes into talk about adult supervision. Like
Yeah,
as an
'cause
adult,
we didn't have any adult supervision.
Yeah, because our parents were working during the day, and
But
we're
that's what I'm
out
saying.
and
Guti,
doing
I
the
don't
wrong
think
thing.
Lana Batuni when it comes to these
But
donations.
the dancers have
Sure.
an adult across the streets.
Frank is across the road. Yeah.
Frank is across the
So-
road waiting for the money, saying, "Mo, you're not performing
It's
today.
bonita.
You're not
Bonita.
stopping people."
So as guys, and this is something I hate. You would find a guy randomly, so you're walking with your daughter, and then just out of nowhere he pulls out his anaconda like it's nothing, right?
Public indecency, guys.
Next thing, we thought this was just males.
Don't
and
say
then-
no. Females don't do it. I
They
will
do.
stand. I
They
will
do.
stand up for the
They
females.
do.
no, they do.
Not
They
like
do.
males, guys. No, they don't
sure.
do it.
I get that.
Probably
No,
the only
they
difference is that
don't.
yes,
I'm
there are
defending my
females who
girls.
do piss out in public, but probably the only difference one is that I try to look for like a eveninyana ngathi pagili zongfihlanyana
Yes.
ngithi go.
Not out in the blue like
That's
males.
the problem, males.
And
Some
it's not even a
males
gender
umuntu
thing.
akhona uyayikhipha nje.
Guys, women are very considerate.
And then for some weird miracle ukuthi sihlahla simfihlile.
They are very
You see,
considerate.
I need to hear we're talking about shamelessness.
Okay.
Remember, there's what you would consider shameful.
Yeah.
And then there's things that you do that other people would consider, but no, this is shameful.
Shameful, yeah.
What I'm saying to you is that what you might deem as taboo,
Yes.
abanye nje,
It's
women,
normal for
women,
them. Yeah.
Guys, in public.
I'm
Yeah.
serious. Welcome to Joburg.
I'm so
You understand? Because now, there is a fine line of what people deem as shameless, right? Because now the line is, becoming thinner,
Very.
And
as
blurred.
time goes and blurred, right? Because you would be a guy and come to your, partner and say, "Ngifuna isithembu." Then she says, "Shame on you."
But that's not shameful.
I mean,
Is it-
there
is it
are
shameless?
women who deem that as a shameful thing to do. Like, awuna mahloni wena.
Me, I'd rather have my man
Why would
ask
you
me for
want-
polygamy than cheat on me in a relationship. Masimthatha sonke, masimgane, babe.
Yes.
Azoba umamncane than me sitting at home, and the next thing I know, kanti wena unonithabise
Cheating
ngaphandle,
is shameless.
unithabise ngisekazalile ninomntwana, where the child could have just literally come into the family kahle, unlike coming out as like, ooh, I don't want to. Now the child is being cursed upon on because it's a child that was born out of wedlock. No, masihlale phansi undlalise phansi ukuthi, baby, you know what? I think I
But
might
this
have
was
sinned a
not
little.
shameless, guys.
But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But do you mind if I marry her and she becomes a mom? For me personally, I would not mind.
It becomes shameless when it's a 60-year-old. I get your point. Now I get it. If it's a 60-year-old against a 16-year-old, that is shameless.
Did you say cheating is shameless?
Is it not?
Let me say it slowly. Cheating is shameless.
Shameful.
Oh, you mean shameful?
Opposites.
Wow. Yeah.
But she said it. She said it twice.
What is
Guys,
shameless?
Missed cheating. She said cheating. You heard that, right? Cheating is shameless.
Shameless.
I take it back.
But yeah, to this we understand that there are a lot of things that people will deem as shameful, but we have asked the question, that is being shameless, a bad thing or not? Because for some people they see it as a confidence booster. Once I start going there and snatching vors out of price stands at a family gathering, like I'm doing what I like, I'm like, I'm coming, and then when now you are busy washing your ngilambile. Understand? So it's like, why can't you wait for us to finish, or for everyone to dish up? There are a lot of things, and while we're still, talking about that, of course, some of the highlights and perspective. As I mentioned, that life is short. You need to take that last piece of chicken, man. Ask for the extra sauce. Being shameless can come off as a selfish or greedy. But as a society, we really come through and we're like, no, this is not acceptable. No. Please. Don't do it again.
And stop taking pretty babies and taking them around the castle just because you want money. Stop. Shameless.
So, Vooka Nation and people who are listening, of course, on the Underground Radio app, is being shameless confidence or selfishness? Where do we draw the line? Talk to us, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on YouTube, or you can send your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. There's so much that we're still going to unpack, because just by being shameless or shameful, there are conversations that we're going to talk about that speaks about peer pressure and modern day cheating. How do we define cheating in this modern day context? For now, let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll bring you more to uncover.
I forgot your birthday, your favorite position. Do we still have chemistry? Yeah. Since you've been gone away so long.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. And shadows and gloom are all that you see. We'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? I have been far, I have been wide, searching for peace, somewhere to hide.
It's the 16th of December 2025. This day is known as the Day of Reconciliation. And of course, the day of the year. It marks Ramaphosa's Day, which is the 350th day in 2025. And days that are remaining, we are remaining with 15 days left until we say goodbye to 2025. And then in terms of the weeks, it's 1 week. Back in, I don't know how many months, 4 months back, we were looking into 12 weeks, 3 weeks, 12 weeks, 7 weeks. But now,
3 weeks, 32 weeks.
It's 2 weeks. Next week, Christmas, and then.
Yes, 9 days till my birthday.
I have 2 more weeks to get my summer body.
Summer body. Wow. Good luck with
In
that.
which summer?
We wish you all the best.
Today's day of reconciliation. Please reconcile
My
what you've
body.
said.
Reconcile with your body.
I'm gonna reconcile with my body.
Yeah, we want to see that gym membership. But interesting things that are being celebrated. Of course, it's Day of Reconciliation. But another thing that we always do is to celebrate the birthdays of the celebrities that we have. I don't know if you ladies can tell me and let our listeners know, who do we have when it comes to our birthdays?
Yes, man. So first one on the celebrity birthdays is Kai Cenat. So Kai Cenat was born on the 16th of December in 2001. Our Pikachu. And then he's turning 24 today. Rise to fame, Kai Cenat, who's also a Twitch star with 20 million followers, became a top award-winning streamer and win GG Times of India. Interesting fact is that Kai Cenat is the most followed Twitch streamer in the world with 20 million followers. And then we also have Untombo, Siswa Bakelo, Mahu. Igama lakhe is Mahu or Mahu?
Mahu.
Okay, whoa. Mahu is also born on the 16th of December in 1994 and is turning 31 today. Now, rise to fame is that she is a South African singer, songwriter, and model. And an interesting fact is that she got a wide recognition after releasing a debut single, Umshato, featuring Heavy K.
I don't know that one though. I know La Li La La.
Well, that one, take me to KZN anytime.
Last but not least, we are celebrating Mr. Mama I Made It. Fill up the door.
The best.
Born on the 16th of November, year 1990.
16th of what?
16th of December.
Okay.
The year 1990, which means that this year he is turning 35. His rise to fame was that he is a South African rapper, producer, entrepreneur, as well as part-time boxer, in case you did not know. Interesting fact about Casper is that he became the first South African artist to fill up the 94,000-seater FNB Stadium as a solo headliner in 2017, which was a landmark moment in SA music history. Because who has ever filled up the dome?
Hey.
I understand he failed. Andy Legamajola failed to fill up my beta. I think Kuzani.
Makadzi also failed.
They've tried, but there's only one king that was able to fill up the 94,000-seater, which is FNB, and that is
Mr. Phillip himself.
Bex does it better's ex. Me, I'm trying to be spicy.
Yeah, man. I mean,
say good to the all white is taking a break.
Yeah, because apparently on Twitter, he was apparently attacked saying that, there was a tweet by him, like in his early days before like he really blew up, where he referred to himself as a young Didi. And then people went back to go take pictures of his all white. No, this was way before this whole thing. I got Didi. It was like way back then.
All white.
Yeah, and then he later on, when he rose to fame, he later on started having this the all white parties. So hence he's like taking a break. But he also did say that he's not going to delete the post that he posted on Twitter.
Because he didn't know.
Yeah, because he didn't know, and it's a very old post, so nobody can actually hold that up, hold it against him. Because all he wanted to do was just basically party like Diddy. although not literally like daily, but yeah.
Yeah, man, but it's Mufasa. Now it's understandable why, he would, host the fill-up towards or in December, because I think it's just celebrating his birthday or towards his birthday.
Oh, yes, plus he also announced that his wife is actually pregnant on the fill-up that he had, fill-up Toyota. So when he performed, he had pictures, or he had maternity shoot pictures of him and his wife to basically announce that we are expecting a bambino. So that was like a pretty nice addition to his whole fill-up, and for most people it made it kind of remarkable and like a very momentous moment when it came to the one that he had.
Yeah, and of course, just before we move on, I mean, till today I still don't know Mahu's real name.
I also don't. Let's Google it.
So her real name is Thandeka Nontobeko Ngema.
Thandeka Nontobeko. Like a Thandeka. She does look like a typical Thandeka.
Yeah, and I'm just asking myself, where is the stage name coming from? Because I think it's a question. Ma who? You understand? So it's those kind of things whereby when you just pop out in the industry and then come up with a name whereby
I've just Googled.
Okay.
AI might be incorrect, but it says that Umahu is actually a Japanese name. It means magical.
Oh.
It's a name given to her by a fellow artist. Okay, Malum Cool Cat.
Okay.
While the name signifies magic, it also connects to her personal journey, reflecting her captivating music and powerful stage presence. So it's actually magic.
And it's actually been stated that Malum Cool Cat is the one that kind of like plugged her in the industry. So I kind of understand why she supposedly or actually got the name from
She's now venturing off to Maskand.
Are we going to
talk about Kuzani's wedding? Because I'm excited.
Oh yeah, we're going to 15.
I am excited. More than 30 actually.
Yeah,
30
cars. I wanted to say regarding that wedding. Are we going to get a chance to just discuss it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
The biggest traditional wedding.
But before we talk about Abu Kuzani, if you missed something, we know that we have DSTV subscribers out there, who got this big notification and a message that, hey guys, there are some of the channels that are going to be discontinued, but there is a plan that is being made, right? So in case you missed that, DSTV to undergo the major overhaul in 2026, streaming first packages and customizable bundles are coming soon. So MultiChoice is planning a major overhaul of DSTV in 2026, introducing flexible streaming packages and phasing out traditional satellite only option. The shakeup aims to compete with global streaming giants and cater to changing viewer habits. Customers can now expect new pricing models and bundled services across entertainment and sports. So the key points for the viewers is that DSTV will move towards streaming first packages, reducing reliance on decoders, expect tiered pricing and customizable bundles for sports, movies and series. The changes are designed to retain subscribers amid Netflix, Disney Plus and Amazon Prime competition. So DSTV has faced subscriber losses in recent years due to the rise of affordable streaming platforms. MultiChoice previously launched DSTV Stream and Showmax upgrades, signaling this transition. The 2026 revamp is the most significant shift since its inception. So the way forward right now is the current subscribers should monitor announcements for migration options. Business in advertising and content creation should prepare for digital-first strategies. Consumers should also compare upcoming DSTV bundles with existing streaming services to maximize value. So for everyone who has DSTV, that is the news that we have. Are you guys, DSTV consumers?
Not anymore.
I haven't been for a while, but I think, in all honesty, the only thing that I like watching on DSTV was Cartoon Network. Yes. Oh, bro, Teen Titans, you cannot say anything. But in a way, I can understand why Cartoon Network will probably be taken off from DSTV, because Warner Bros is actually on sale right now. And then you look at Netflix. Netflix is actually looking towards buying it. But if I'm correct, there's another major another agency that actually outbid the bid, yeah, Netflix. Out of nowhere, they came like with like 100 billion something, so that they can actually buy it, because they were scared that if Netflix actually buys it, they're going to incorporate, instead of keeping the original things that come with the Warner Bros, your DC, and all of it, and all of the things that actually fall under the umbrella, the fact that Netflix will take away from what original content that Warner Bros usually had to have an offer. But I also do hope that the whole Warner Bros debacle gets settled, so we can also get ourselves some amazing DC stuff out there.
So guys, you know what would be considered shameful, ne? Let me ask this. So let's just imagine DSTV did not repeat content. They always have fresh content, right? Would you subscribe to DSTV?
Absolutely.
No. Okay, you would, right? I wouldn't. Even if it's Tiwa, you know, they've got that. Afri, would you now take on the package, whichever one? There's new content. Would you do it?
That's being brought in.
Yeah, I think I probably would.
I also would.
Because I think the major thing that kills DSTV,
wait, guys,
it's the repetition of it.
You see, this is what I'm asking, man. Okay, do you have a, what do you call a Disney Plus subscription or Apple TV? Because it's new content. It's new.
No.
Right? But what I'm trying to say is, most of the time, we say, but are you in the position to say, or act it out, if they've got fresh content, you're actually willing to put your money
and
where
pay.
your mouth is and pay?
Yes.
I think a lot of people, here's the thing, when last did you watch a pirated movie? Yesterday, right? But that same movie's in the cinema. So how many of us actually take money
It's the
and
cost. Cinema, 100 rand popcorn.
But that's where I'm going, Uguti. Even with Yoni DSTV, even if they brought up-to-date content, usually the ones that say, they wouldn't pay for DSTV.
Guys, if we are able to pay 500 rands a month, okay, it's for something, 460 or something per month for repetition. Do you not think we would jump to pay the same 400 and something for fresh new contracts?
But remember, it's not repetition across the board. It's just lapo na lapo. But for your other things like Ama series and sports, that's what. Actually, it's sports. It's sports.
I was about to say that.
But what I'm asking here, okay, what I'm saying is that even if there's fresh content, people won't pay. People will not pay because of. Mind you, we are coming into a streaming culture. Things are different.
Okay, if you're putting it that way, then yes, streaming is taking over.
Sure.
And if we introduce our parents to streaming platforms, and now really most households in South Africa have smart TVs, then yes,
have an
it
app.
will eventually.
Exactly, because if Naksa Saktiwa pay for something that's stationed in the satellite TV, you'd be like, no, I'm not going to pay for that.
Box, smart TV.
I'm not. Yeah,
there's options actually.
So Siakala, but in honesty, let's be honest. No one wants to pay for DSTV.
Yeah,
I'm changing my stance.
Even with us at home, it's a thing that we don't want to, but we are forced because we watch a lot of sports.
And
because the package. You know, I mean, we know that the biggest consumers of DSTV consumers are the young ones, and of course the people who watch a lot of sports.
And the old ones, hey, my mom will sit there and watch my brothers keep her this show from like 6 up until 10.
And now they're starting to learn, no man, why should I pay this whole amount just to wait for one episode while I can subscribe to a streaming platform where I can binge all of them,
but binging,
rather than
I think it's also different. It's a bit different because remember that sometimes you find that there's a certain show that's on Disney that you probably can't get on Netflix, or maybe there's a certain show that plays on Prime that you can't get on Disney. So sometimes that's why you find that some people most of the time have like multiple subscriptions, or subscribe to Netflix, or Showmax, or with DSTV. The only advantage they have is that they kind of pull in almost each and every single one of those all into one.
So is password sharing shameful or shameless? Like you come to me and say, Mananka, I know you've got a Netflix
It's
subscription.
not.
But if you're
So
not willing to
shameful.
pay when I'm down, I don't.
You must pay
I
rent.
see some
Yeah.
shameful.
Must pay rent.
But you come and you ask, good man, can I get your DSTV?
I think it
Logins.
depends. I think
Is
it
that
depends on a
shameful?
person.
It's
You
not
are
because it
wacky.
happened
We are
at
both
work
wacky.
yesterday. So a colleague of mine was on Date My Family last night and he was surprising us. But now the thing is, he was asking all of us, give me a DSTV and log in.
Ufuna ukuzibona.
Instead of saying log into your DSTV on your
He
phone
calls
so I
me,
can
I'm
see.
sleeping. He calls me. He's like, hey, Nommy, give me these things, these logins, because I
I
also
wanna
want to
see
come to your
myself.
place. So
Now
we
access
can have
how?
a
Now
watch
pay you.
party. And then I'm like, okay, but I don't have Wi-Fi. He's like, no, go ask your neighbor.
I think with sharing passwords is a lot of people don't have time,
It
right? And they feel like, yo, imagine I pay this 700 for DSTV and I only come home on Saturdays to watch games, right?
Then you can share.
Right, and I think now with the sports, they have broadcasting companies and these streaming, platforms. They have spoken to them and say, guys, even if it's off season, people need sports. That is why right now in December, a lot of people are going to be watching AFCON. Right, there's no time for off season right now, so they need consumers. So there are talks that they do have with broadcasting companies to say, okay, how do we keep people entertained? Because when it comes to December, there was that off season where there's no football at all. And what will help them is the kids, of course, they're at home. They will subscribe to DSTV, Cartoon Network, and all of those, cartoon channels that are available. And also movies. That's when people came with a strategy of, okay, we'll pay that 700 or the 800 for all channels when it's in December, because we are home and we can get all those exclusive movies that you don't get to see during the year. So there are strategies that are being done, but now we see that people are being catered into what they love. I mean, TLC, there are, people who watch TLC, but we need to package.
TLC is evergreen content. Because that 500-pound life,
Oh, 90
whether it's
days.
3 years ago or 5 years later.
Who passed away?
Doctor Now.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, Doctor Now.
Is it that tiny little doctor?
That's what I'm saying. Sports yayenzeka idlule.
Yeah.
But TLC is
Always
evergreen.
there. Always
Evergreen.
there.
Yeah.
Even
There's
if it's
always a
content
market.
from
That's what
6 years
sports
ago.
is trying to do right now. Like they just want to be forever green. But we do have some of the comments right there on the comment section. Z came through saying a very good morning, Vooka Nation, Underground Radio DBN, and the amazing team Sivugile on this wonderful Tuesday. Hope the team is doing well and wishing you a blessed and wonderful day ahead. And then she comes through with the conversation that we're having, saying it's about time that MultiChoice does things differently, because wow, their prices are skyrocketing and it's been years since I've been on DSTV stream and haven't had a decoder for years.
Definitely agree. You're not getting the value for your money.
You understand?
You're not.
And then she says, plus I will downgrade my package for 3 months to DSTV Access and upgrade for a month to Compact or Compact Plus, because I would catch up, especially their content is repetitive.
Very,
right?
very.
And I saved a lot. Right? We know with Compact Plus, it comes with your, what is this thing? Catch up.
Yes,
right, you have
and you
catch
can
up
catch up
on that,
on
and
programs,
that really helped them a lot. I think it was around 2018 2017 right there when but it's been a long time since catch up has been there, because people are like, we're missing content and we cannot find it anywhere, right? So they were like, okay, it's fine, you can pay this amount of money for catch up. But now even the catch up, there was a
not
point
catching up.
it's not. Understand?
Not catching up now.
I mean, there was a point where it was starting to have some of the glitches, because now they have to pump in a lot of content,
yes.
right, to say people want to catch up to this content. And now you have episode 1, episode 7,
And
episode
it's not
17. Yeah, it's not accordingly. So that is what most of the people are fighting right now. Even the app, sometimes it's teka-teka-ring. You understand? So there are a lot of things that people do, yeah, there are things that people look into in terms of them wanting to save a lot of money.
When I stopped, like my last straw with DSTV
Yeah.
was when my mom, she was trying to get closer to me. And she was like, oh, Fundo, Kristen cheated on Chloe. And this happened like for my 5 years. And to her, it's like, you know, when she's rushing you to get home, she's like, no, Shashisa, I want to tell you. And I'm just like, what happened? She's like, I'm was watching my Kardashians. Me, I'm thinking latest Kardashians on Hulu, there's some drama. And she's like, Tristan cheated on Chloe. Guess nobody. Now I know who it was because it was Kylie's friend. But I don't want it to seem like, Mom, that happened like 10 years ago. And I'm like, nobody.
She's catching up.
Guys, it's an old story. I know it's like, I know the script here at the back of my head. And the way she was so excited, that's when I was just like, it's my last straw because this thing happened 5 years ago. And to my mom, it's still just fresh news because we keep repeating same episodes
But you see, this is also a interesting dichotomy because you know about it, right? But think of other individuals like your mom that have not been following the Kardashians. For them, it's something new.
And exciting.
So the question now is, for those individuals that have never been exposed to the Kardashians, what should they do? Should DSTV take the Kardashians completely off and only stick with the latest episodes? Or they should have Real Housewives as Akdala, so that the ones that are only catching on now that are also able to catch up. So even if it's like live TV, maybe, but we'll catch up. It should be there. The full Kardashians. Right. So
I agree.
I think the problem is the psychology of watching or downloading a movie that you can keep on repeating on your spare time. Now you feel like, hi man, why am I paying for something that is being repeated over here?
Time.
So the psychology, just overlaps and spills to this side to say, no guys, I've been watching this movie Titanic. I've watched it 100 times.
We watched it, guys.
You understand? So now you're complaining and saying, no guys, I can't pay and watch Titanic.
But also, to a certain extent, I agree with Ubanele because I have 2 brothers, right? And my little brother's just in matric. He wasn't allowed to watch Geordie Shore. We didn't allow him to watch Geordie Shore. And my older brother and I watch Geordie Shore, and we have a Geordie Shore lingo.
Exactly.
Like on a Friday night, you're like Geordie Shore, or just before we go out, there's always that thing, Geordie Shore, and there's like a lingo, mate. You know how they speak?
Yes.
And like when you're pulling, sometimes it's like, oh, you're pulling a Scotty T, mate, or you're pulling a Charlotte, mate. He missed out on that, and he would really love to be a part of it. So if the repetition is there, then yes, it's gonna help because now he's gonna watch Abo X on the beach. Because sometimes he gets confused when we say who's X is next. He doesn't know. When you say there's a new bombshell that has entered the villa,
really
he gets confused. So
he probably wouldn't even understand.
He missed out. Sure.
And Zinzi came through on the comment section saying, and I find most content playing on DSTV also available on Showmax, right? So people are learning that the more you explore, the more you see that no man, there is something that doesn't make sense over here. I mean, with Abo Mzansi Mejiki to Mzansi Way to Mzansi Bicycle, people were like, no man, la ngathi siyadlalwa la, because they are now airing the same content on all channels right now.
Platforms.
So what is going on right here, right? So those are some of the things, but we're hoping to see what 2026 has for us, when it comes to DSTV, as they're still keeping their subscribers in high hopes to say, guys, don't worry, as much as we keep about Dr. Pimple Popper, we'll bring something, Mocha 79.
Encore, guys, remember the Encore channel?
Yeah, the one that had SABC,
old things. What happened to that channel?
I think it was a content.
Receive it well?
No. So so the actors there, they were like, why are you
royalty?
Royalties.
Repetition.
Exactly.
But you see now there's a market for what's the show? Uhlala Kabafileyo and Umadlanduna, because I'm seeing these shows are doing a comeback on TikTok
too. Yeah.
A lot.
Squid is nice.
Yeah. So now there's a market for it, Nyana.
Yeah, so I think also a lawsuit will also be opened on that, because they're like, guys, we want our money. People cannot consume these while we're still living like this. I mean, actors who are acting and being seen on the screens, the content is being used, but the problem is now that content is being stolen, right? And SABC can say, okay, let's sell this content to content creators. Let's give them. They will air it. They'll get their numbers and they will get the money.
On TikTok.
Exactly. Those are the kind of things that are taking place. But of course, still on that case, that we still have so much to unpack before our guest is going to be joining us at exactly 8:30. Moeketsi gift 9:30. Moeketsi gift Tisamu from Limpopo, the self-taught individual software developer. He build mobile apps. His company name is also owned by an individual and it's called Jackelson Enterprise. That came after his nickname Kaiser Jaden Jackelson. His short-term goal with the app is that all South African jobs is to make sure that at least the app reaches over 100k downloads of job seekers and at least 25% of them will get jobs early before they even spread widely. So he is going to be telling us all of that. Nice. So what we're going to do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, that we always learn these words, right, which is a word of the day that improve our spoken day vocabulary.
Now we're going to be eloquent in speech.
Yeah, and the ways that I've gotten here in Kosiami, but what we're gonna do is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll get straight into it. So don't switch the dial. exactly 16 minutes past 9 and still giving you that energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. Hop on into our social media platforms. We are Vooka Breakfast Show on all social media platforms. And also, just to enhance the experience of listening to us audio only, you can get us on Underground Radio. And you can simply download the app on App Store and Play Store. And of course, you can just, use the website, which is Underground Radio dbn.co.za. That is the website that you can visit just to get the audio only experience of the Vooka Breakfast Show. Before the break, we were continuing with the discussions that we've been having, but now of course it comes to the time where we talk about the ways that help us to get through our days, right? We know that a lot of us learn new words each and every day. Every day is a day for you to learn a new word. That's why we bring you word of the day. Words that are, aiming at improving your spoken day, everyday language and your vocab. But with that being said, let's get straight to it. But we do have our specializer right here, expert.
You know, my brother. You know me, man.
An expert on the side.
You know that I always bring you these words, man. You know. So on a day-to-day basis, you know that we always try to give you words that are aimed at improving both yours and our day-to-day spoken languages, our vocabularies, and ultimately our speech patterns. And today is no exception whatsoever. On the 16th of December 2025, on a Tuesday morning, the word of today or of the day this morning is brio. The word is brio.
Can we spell it or put it on
I'm getting there.
Let him cook.
Let me cook, like these kids say. Let me cook. And so this word is spelled as follows. That's B-R-I-O. That's B-R-I-O. The word is brio, right? And the definition or the meaning of this word is vigorous, lively, spirit, expressive energy. Vigorous, lively spirit, and expressive energy. Right? Vigorous, lively spirit, and expressive energy.
Can we say, since it's the festive season, the energy in studio is very brio?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yep. That's the one.
For my distinction English language.
We shine.
I cannot wait to explore all the brio energy I'm about to feel next week Thursday on my birthday.
Nice one. So how you can use this word in a sentence is as follows. The band played with brio, every note alive and electric. The band played with brio, every note alive and electric. Similar words include vivacity, spirit, and gusto. Right? Or being vivacious. Vivacity or vivacity. Yeah, but it's vivacity. So vivacity, spirit, and gusto. Okay. Talk to me. How could we use this word in a sentence? Who wants to go first, Mr. Mo?
Gusto.
Man.
I heard you sing.
Sing gusto. The word brio, it means to be vigorous, lively in spirit, and having expressive energy. Talk to me.
Yo. I am taboo.
Who is this guy? Can you say Usiv Ngesi is a very brio character?
Brio character.
Can we use it?
I can understand why you'd say that. I get
because he embodies.
He has a lively spirit. Yeah, Siv has confidence. Yeah. He has vigor. Sure,
yeah,
I get why
I'm
you say that.
trying to think of how I can use this because I like to consume, or whether to say I don't know if it's stealing. People who have a lively energy. I mean, from a partner, I love to steal someone's brio. Is that even a good way to put it?
What do you mean?
You're stealing energy from a part. We're reading off positive energy.
Yeah, but now I'm taking.
He's not exchanging. He's taking. He's consuming.
I'm not exchanging. No.
I'm afraid of asking how you even steal.
It's a moment.
Energy.
It's a moment.
Steal energy.
Right,
can.
it's a moment
Energy
because
harvest.
I feel like it's not something that you can do every day, to someone, but there is a moment where you just needed to still that positive, not in a bad way.
Okay.
You just bring that energy to
When
yourself.
are you an energy harvester? You're harvesting
Energy vampire.
About Travis Scott, harvest my energy. About Beyonce,
But yeah,
yes.
a person with brio
Yeah.
is a
Steve
person
Ngesi.
that I would like to be around.
So you would love to be around Stephen Ngesi?
Yeah, I would love to be around Stephen Ngesi because I think I feed off well from people with, brio. Understand? So I think that's the way I would use the
I've
sentence.
just come to a realization, guys. In Zulu, there's a saying,
Yeah.
umbrio.
Umbrio.
Like, mo papile, and you're
Yeah.
full of energy, and you're a child that is just full of energy. They like Zampringa or Ubrio.
Zampringa.
So now I'm starting to think that they actually
Wandering.
it was Tuangesngis derived from that word umbrio.
umbrio.
It's because
Kuthi, when energy
yes, but
yakho,
umbrio comes from brio because you're giving off that brio energy.
Akusukusangana. Umsangano. There's a guy who was
But when
called
you're giving
Umsangano,
energetic vibes, like how he described the word, now I understand when they say umbrio comes from brio.
Umbrio.
It's just that
Yeah.
we also
Very interesting, man. We learn every day, and that's what we always excited to do each and every day right here. But another conversation that we said we are going to discuss right here involves peer pressure for adults. And the question is, are you easily influenced? But before I do that, MooCee Mist came through on the comment section and say, so DSTV and MultiChoice are willing to give up channels that are doing well for channels that are airing non-educational and to an extent propaganda-fueled content. I mean, it's business. It's business, guys. That's how business is ran.
You win
right?
some,
And he
you
says
lose
also
some.
content that doesn't promote the black society in the greatest of ways.
Pictures, yes.
And I'm sure we know what channel I'm referring to.
I agree.
Mwana
That
was
157. 157.
Yeah, so that channel is bringing everything. I mean, it's highlighting. I feel like for each and every society to get to the highest and greatest of where it is, we need to expose ourselves of our nature. I mean, when you look at the content
To a
that,
certain extent.
yeah, when you look at how not white, but other countries, foreign countries, for example, let me say British, for them to get where they are, they had to expose themselves. They had to,
Geordie Shore.
yeah, yes.
Ex on the beach.
Let's look deep into our
They
nature,
wild. They are
who we are.
alcoholics.
You understand? So I think we, with the freedom that we have got right now, it's the expression that we are showing off with these channels to say this is how black societies live.
Can I ask you a question? Do you
Please.
think that depiction of the black society is 100% real? Or are we only focusing on the negative? For example, that 157 channel, I just
Yeah.
feel like they're focusing on the negative things, which then, now I'm going to put this topic because I've been wanting to put it. I am so proud of the way that news platforms, am I allowed to mention them on air?
I mean,
Channels, news platforms and channels such as Newsroom Africa,
Yeah.
ENCA and SABC News. I'm so happy that they were there at Kuzani's wedding, and finally the Zulu Nation has been depicted in a positive manner.
Right, yeah.
Because normally on social media, even on TV and news, what we see is Zulu people are violent.
Yeah.
They are part of taxis. They
Taxi
are part of
violence and
Inkabi. They are
everything,
killing.
yeah.
There's always just that negative depiction of the Zulu Nation. But Umshado Kuzani actually showed a very good picture and a very positive depiction of the Zulu Nation. That, siyakwazi ukuphilisana, siyaphekisana. He had over 30 cows that were slaughtered for his wedding, of which those 30 cows were ipego. So it shows that we are a loving nation. We support each other. We show each other. Ipego is gifts that you receive that will help you make meals.
yeah.
So because there was such a huge number of people coming, there were masses that were coming to that wedding, he had enough cows to feed those people.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
then goes back to this conversation of saying, do you think channels like those other channels that I cannot mention are positively depicting us as black people? Yes, they are telling our everyday stories, but it's not every day it's not negative. There's some positivity. We come into the Christmas spirit, you know. Can't they show something about a family coming together? Black people have family gatherings every December, either on Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, or day after Christmas, and that
sometimes
shows
even some during the year.
You know, we meet at Granny's home, and it's the whole clan meeting there, and it's everyone, like from the burbs, from the rural areas, from the township, and it's people. Some of them have made it. You know, you see the cars that are parked outside Kuvalu Strati, and you're just like, "Ooh, this is Machama's clan or Madlamini's clan. She's really worked hard." You know, can't we depict those things to say we do have families that exist, that have love, that are positive, that are still united, that are not, you know, hating on each other, like and stuff like. We have functioning families.
So
functioning families.
So here's the thing about, and this is the reason I said it's propaganda fueled content. We're well aware as a society that there is black excellence out there, and this is something that's, I don't want to say standard, but something that applies across the board all over the world, right? The reason that the black society in America is depicted as people who sell drugs, who are in gangs and things of that nature.
Projects.
Here's the thing about art is that art mimics life. All right, and there's something that I said on Friday. We were in conversation with Tando Mdluli, and he's a director, performing artist, a dancer. He has many hats. He wears many hats in the space, right? And him and I had a conversation, just even in our own spaces, that as a responsibility, we as artists, as creatives, as entertainers have a huge responsibility to reflect the times, right? But what the powers that be do is that they firstly blow the lives of the black society out of proportion. Secondly, because of wanting to acquire power or have power or depict the black society in such a way, they are not going to depict the black society in the greatest of ways. And so thus you have these channels, like I said, that they're doing away with channels that are doing well on DSTV or on multi-choice, and sticking with these channels that push out this narrative that is that we drink after funerals, is that we have teenage pregnancy, is that we have these not so greatest of things, right? But the truth of the matter is, to an extent, art is mimicking life, because we do those things.
It's called realism,
right? So to an extent, yes, there is some truth to the things that we're seeing on that channel or on those kinds of platforms and those kinds of programs, right? But it's not the entire truth of what the black society is like. And so unfortunately, what propaganda does and what the narrative does that is pushed is we are seen as if but for instance, I'll tell you, I don't like that program pregnant, like
teenage 16
no, yeah, like the one that's South African.
Teenage pregnancy. There is one that talks about teenage mothers.
My aunt met them and she was surprised. But you have to, it's the same thing that we're seeing on 16 and pregnant or teenage pregnancy, where even years later, these girls are like 26 now, it's 10 years later, and they're still doing those kinds of programs.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think also it's a way of shaping society?
Absolutely.
You see, with colonization and apartheid, back in the day, it was slavery, it was colonization, and it was always violence. It was guns and killing. And they reached a point where they said, you know what, let's kill them silently. Talk on a chalkboard. Because school is a form of colonization, but it's a conversation for another day. And then they decided to introduce these programs on TV that we consume so that we can change our culture, change the way. Look at Yizo. That's not how we lived. That was never how we lived. I can vouch for that. It was not happening in high schools. Sex was not happening intimacy was not happening in school toilets. Drugs was never a thing in high schools. Up until we started
seeing it on TV. Sure.
And that started shaping everything to say it's okay to drink in school, it's okay to be intimate in school toilets during school hours. And then they started introducing laws avumelana nalezi zinto to say, you know what, tarnish corporate punishments. You know, corporal punishment is no longer a thing now. Children have a right. You can't hit them, even if a child is carrying drugs at school. So now they also gave us Abo Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah.
During prime time, where kids are actually now watching TV, and now it's okay for you to have multiple partners. We're getting terms like polyandra, things that we never knew. Uguti, a female can, you know, now have multiple partners, and it's okay. You are getting shows like Passions, for example, where there was a lot of intimacy going on, and that is now shaping our minds. I understand that TV is a depiction of what's happening. It's called realism, where you interconnect those two things, where you are showing reality. But also, I feel like they were also just ring our minds. I don't know how to put it in English, because you're shaping how we are
people
thinking.
perceive
yes,
life.
because it's a form of making us, I don't know, it's another form of extended colonialism,
programming
in a way.
and wiring also in terms of how people should think. Yeah.
And then you put on shows. I remember there was a show, Boni Sanani.
Let's talk.
Boni Sani, this girl who came she came to Joburg, and people never accepted her because of her color and So now you're putting these shows out there so that any dark-skinned girl
it shapes
feel
the narrative.
less of a beautiful girl. If you have short hair like Afriberry, oh no, you're ugly, you can't be a model. You are not making us aware. We understand you are saying on surface it's to make us aware, but in actual fact, you are educating us and instilling this thing of, you know, I'm not worthy, I'm black, and therefore my skin color makes me less worthy. So
like I said, it's propaganda fueled, right? It's shaping the narrative, it's shaping perspective, and it goes back similarly to the conversation we had, I think, about 2 weeks ago of dark-skinned girl versus light-skinned girls. All right. And that narrative came about in society based on the things that we consume. And thus, even doom scrolling for me is not such a thing. I was telling Mo the other day that I spend about 2 hours doom scrolling, and something that I don't do. But because of what content creation has gotten to, or the level that it's gotten to, we've gotten to a point where we're influenced by 16-year-olds now. You find yourself consuming content, which is, it's not a problem. I'm for it. Like, get your bag, man. You know, do you. But what exactly are we watching? What are you doing to your mind? You get what I'm trying to say? And so they know exactly what they're doing in terms of not putting out programming or content that is going to fuel the mind, empower and build the mind and enlighten and bring people forth to the light.
Particularly black
people. Especially the black society.
I've witnessed the shooting in Umhlanga. It was never aired in the news. But a shooting in Soweto or in Tuzuma will be aired in 3 different channels.
Propaganda and, of course, media influence that we see right there. But it's very interesting on what some of the things that are taking place. And we are, of course, unpacking right here. You can let us know by hopping on the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. But as promised, that we're going to be in conversation with a Gift, who is a software developer from Limpopo. He's a self-taught individual self-developer. He builds mobile apps. His company name is also owned by an individual. It's called Jackelson Enterprise, that came from his nickname, Kaiser Jaden Jackelson. His short-term goal with the app is all South African jobs is to make sure that at least the app reaches over 100k downloads of job seekers. At least 25% of them will get jobs early and before they even spread widely. The reason why he came with this idea is he has seen a lot of scam jobs in different websites and a few of the social platforms. And he is joining us online right now. So I'm just going to confirm if you can really hear us, Mr. Gift. A very good morning to you. Can you hear me? Oh, he's not online. Oh, the V. I thought. Oh, so Gift is not online. So while we're still on that, waiting for Gift, or perhaps maybe we will have this conversation with him another day. There is another conversation that I want us to, discuss right here, just to hear some of your thoughts. So these are 2 separate discussions, but we're going to make them into one. One is peer pressure for adults. Are you easily influenced? The second one is modern cheating. And how we're going to combine them is there is pressure that you get from your peers to cheating. True. Right? And there is pressure that you get from your peers that is of good. Not every time peer pressure is a wrong thing. There are friends who pressure each other into good things, right? That's something that we're not going to take away from. But the one that is, I know it's boiling for a lot of people to talk about, is cheating, right? The question is, what is cheating? And we need to define the terms. But before we do that, let's just set the scene. So picture this. You're scrolling through Instagram and notice that your partner has been liking every single post from that one person. Even the holiday snaps in swimwear. You ask about it and they say it's just social media. Just relax. It's nothing else. But is it really that innocent? Or imagine this. They are not physically cheating, but they are having deep late night conversation with someone else, sharing feelings, secrets and emotional support. No touching, no kissing, but does that count as betrayal? Modern relationships are complicated. Technology has introduced new gray areas, and what one person sees as harmless, another sees as crossing the line. So let's talk about it. According to you guys, what is cheating? If someone, like, what would you consider cheating when somebody or your partner does this and you say, no, this is cheating?
An act or a behavior that makes your partner feel as if you're no longer being faithful to them.
Okay, she gave you an answer. I'd say for me, liking a person's pictures or another girl's pictures, whether being in a bikini or dress, I don't consider that cheating. Sometimes I'll personally say it for me on my side. Yeah, I also appreciate other finer things in life.
Guys, why are you
and then
looking?
for me, I'd consider it cheating if they say that now you're having long texts, long conversations online with somebody else. Then for me, I feel like it is cheating, because instead of focusing on us, why are you entertaining another female?
There's cheating and there's pre-cheating.
Pre-cheating? What's that?
Leading to the final acts of cheating.
Pre-cheating could start with the simple text. Hi, how are you? I like the way you looked in that
Constantly
picture.
liking pictures
You know
of
that like they look
bikinis of the same
nice.
person.
Yeah, you can like different people, but you can't be liking the same person all the time. It makes no sense. Because then that leads up to you.
It's
It's a
cheating
build-up.
premeditated.
It's what?
I'm not a cheater, so I wouldn't know.
So there's something
Is it
that
premeditated?
So there's something that I came across, right? It's called micro cheating. So things like liking, exactly. Things like liking pictures. A lot of people are coming on social media saying that is what we call micro cheating.
Okay, so what
Yeah.
I call pre-cheating is micro.
It's
Thank you for
micro-cheating,
teaching me that term.
right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so those small things that you do, the conversations that you have with someone on the side, secret conversations, liking their pictures, is considered
Constantly,
cheating.
yes.
I mean, I feel like we are now taking away the real, how can I put this? Because social media was meant to connect people, right? So now we are deeming this as a wrong thing to do, because we have social media platforms so that we can connect with other people. We're not connecting with robots here. If it was made clear that
You're
social media
connecting
is
with
for
other
robots,
people and you're
Yeah.
saying, hey, you looked sexy in that bikini.
I mean,
Connecting
you
with other
do
people,
look
that's-
sexy. What's wrong with that?
Is that connecting?
I'd
with
rather
other
have you
people?
comment on a
You're
picture
in a
of J-Lo
relationship.
knowing very well that you have
You
very
don't
low
even care about
chances
you.
of
Isn't that
actually.
embarrassing? That's embarrassing as well.
Ayakufanele baby girl le dress oyigqokile. What's wrong with
But
saying
mina, if
that?
you get the same dress,
That's your
all
problem.
you say is baby umkhabo mngaka.
That's your problem, because when now you want to be like everyone else, you won't be like everyone else.
There's
And,
boundaries, guys. There's
yeah, we do
boundaries.
know that there is
You
boundaries.
don't go around. Me, I'm now gonna go around commenting on Casper and saying, "Hey, that six pack, six pack."
So
that's micro cheating.
Now I'm bringing influence into this, right? Because when I look at who are some of the most gorgeous and beautiful women. I mean, we've seen beautiful women on
There's
magazine
Afriberry and
covers.
NommyP. You don't have to think.
No.
far.
Like I'm trying to make up something right here so that we can get a deeper
Okay,
understanding.
Naomi Campbell.
Yeah. What is she influencing
Hailey
us
Berry.
to do? What does she want people to say when they look at her.
I like the way she looks on that Prada dress. Oh my gosh, that LV bag.
That's the influence. That's the influence that she comes with. And then Ukarabo does the same thing that Naomi Campbell or Hailey Berry does. Of course, she's fishing for compliments, and she is going to get those compliments. So are you telling me that all of the men that we see, or all of the women that we see on the comment section of whether a guy who's looking sexy or a woman who's looking sexy, those people are cheaters?
You see, Mo, it's one thing if you're gonna compliment on a random day once. It becomes a different thing when you are gonna religiously comment on the same person's picture, and every single time it's a comment that makes the next person or the other person reading it seem as if you would love an opportunity to sit down with that person and converse or be with them or be a matrasini with that person.
Yeah.
Number one, it's embarrassing for your partner to see those things, because when your partner posts, she's getting 2 likes and none of those likes are your likes.
Yeah.
But the minute Ukarapo posts, you are quick to comment Ukarapo, and the comments there suggest that you would like to know Ukarapo beyond just her post on Instagram.
I get
That
you.
is cheating.
I get you. So there's something that we call a talking stage, right? Whenever you get
Why are
to
you
know
having
someone.
talking stages when I'm...
No. Listen, we are on a talking stage or Moshelu Mundu, right? There's what we called discussing my likes and my dislikes.
Okay.
And if I say I don't like you being on social media, that's on you. If I like Ama post Kakarabo more than yours, I have communicated my dislikes with you.
Here's this.
I don't like you being on social media.
I like you being on social media. It's okay when you're on social media because there's positives and negatives to social media, and we can't take away from the fact that both exist. However, there are boundaries. There's a line that you must not cross. I cannot see you on a Faith Nkenz's post. You're out there putting fire emojis and
compliments.
Emojis that suggest that you would like to meet her outside Instagram. Ngifika Faith Nkezi, you are now on Tobega's Instagram. You are now commenting again there. Oh, you're so hot. No, guys, that's not right. In fact, let me call out men. There's this trend on TikTok where a hot girl will post the picture, and then you find men on the comment section saying, why is my girl not this hot? My partner doesn't have lefika lena ngiyafa umkaba, yet you impregnated that very same woman. Do you think it's fair for her to come across that post where she is,
and then you want to go comment on somebody who has a flat stomach or has like a BBL body?
Perhaps she's going through postpartum, and then she comes across this post of you asking, and it's a growing trend now. Even females are doing it, and I'm gonna call them out. When Casper's posting a 6-pack, they like, hi, six-pack. That's not a nice thing to do. And that's, for me, falls in the lines of cheating, because why you commenting ganjalo? It's okay when you give a compliment to Boma Grace Mondlana, she's dressed well and you're like, nice dress, looking good. That's fine. But there are some comments that suggest a specific thing, and that specific thing suggests that you have opened room for unfaithfulness and infidelity. And giving the chance, you would act on it. Now that's where the problem starts.
So the big question that we are asking right here is, where do we draw the line in 2025? Is cheating only physical, or does emotional and digital behavior also count too? Right? Because if I like Mihlali's pictures and comment, I'm cheating.
I'd love to take you out on a date. That's cheating.
But that one also comes back to the individual, because now we are trying to talk about someone who is mature, because we know that there are delusional guys and delusional girls out there, saying things, inappropriate things, right, to other people out there.
Let's say you don't comment and you put that emoji, that hot emoji with the tongue out.
But how would you describe that guy in terms of his behavior? If someone is busy raiding comment sections of girls who are posting their pictures on Instagram every day to say, hey, you look hot, I wish you were my girlfriend.
Guys like that.
There are people like that.
Hence for me, I said that it's better for you to just like the picture than comment, because immediately when you start commenting, what you're gonna say is going to sound otherwise. For me, For me, I do not mind. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm like bisexual stuff, hence I do not mind. So for me, it's not a problem. And yeah, we can add it to the crew.
You like what?
I'm bisexual.
You like bisexual stuff?
Yeah, I am bisexual.
Oh.
Meaning I like it both ways. I swing both ways, and I like it either way.
If her man compliments NommyP,
then me and Nommy and my man, we can just go out on a triple date.
Potential.
Oh.
Social media does actually pressure you to cheat.
The reason why you wouldn't find fault is because you stand to benefit.
Yeah, since I'm saying that
she's a cheater herself.
Yeah, it means you stand to benefit because if it's a guy or a girl, doesn't matter. Masimlande so too. So it means you also stand to benefit. But here we're talking about an individual that's not on the other receiving end, on the bad receiving end where you are being cheated on.
Yeah.
But not
just
listen, you see someone
let me cook. Y'all don't let me finish cooking.
Okay, cool.
Yes, my sexuality identifies bisexual, but that does not mean that it gives my guy any given right, or if I'm dating a female at the time, any given right to literally go like and comment on anybody's pictures. It is still considered infidelity, right? On my side, as much as I am open to dating both genders, but there is still a line that needs to be drawn when you go and date in a monogamous setting.
Question.
I disagree.
Let's say you and your guy ni happy together. NommyP, I'm posting my old pictures in my bikini, and then you start commenting. Is that considered cheating?
I never comment that I have boundaries.
Okay.
Like when I'm in a relationship, for example, when I'm in a relationship, let me finish.
Ask the question again, sorry.
Let me finish. When I'm in a relationship, like right now, I'm currently in a relationship. Like my man, definitely he knows that I'm bisexual, and he knows very well that I would not cross a line
so
when
you
it
would
comes.
Not comment on
I would not, because it's something that he's not comfortable with in terms of like us having another person. So for me, that'll seem disrespectful.
Okay.
So for me, I just comment.
Girl, you look. Question here.
My question was, they in a relationship with her guy, and I post.
The guy is panting.
No. They.
We are commenting with that.
No, like she Afriberry comments on my picture, and I'm wearing a bikini, and she puts those. I don't know how to describe those emojis.
Yeah, those emojis
panting,
receive
like a dog panting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Would she consider herself as a cheater?
I definitely would. I definitely would, because for me, and there's a thin line for me, if I see my friend who's posted a pictures in a bikini, I'm like, oh girl, you look nice. Yeah, girl, yeah. There's a different way of putting your words. Hence I'm saying that liking it is better compared to commenting, because when you comment, if you're not careful with what you say on the comment, that will lead up to cheating. For you, it may be an honest comment to say that, no, I just like the way the outfit looked on her, but the wedding you placed around it when you commented.
If I say the dress looks good on you, is it cheating? The dress looks good on you. I'm the one. I'm your boyfriend. I'm commenting.
There's
the
a
dress
song
looks
that I'm
good.
thinking
It fits your contours.
There's a song in
I like the way it highlights
I'm not
the
sure whether
silhouette.
you guys know it.
Yeah.
Isono samadoda sivela ngokubona. So the fact that
Uyabona.
Yeah, the fact that the dress looks good on her.
No, guys.
Your mind.
I think right now
something.
We are in an era whereby, just trying to define ways of what is wrong and what is right in our society.
Self-discipline, guys.
We understand that, but I feel like we are being bombarded with things that we don't know how to deal with.
Exactly. Thanks,
understand? So those kind of things is like, we are just being confused in this web of a lot of information.
What different terms mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
At the core of it, I think all of us identify cheating with physicality. At the core of it, if you start hugging, touching, kissing, and then taking it even to an extreme extent of getting in bed with someone, that's cheating.
Without physical touch.
I get that, but we were not exposed to that for the longest of time.
Exactly.
And for the most part, most of us forgive emotional teaching. We forgive looking. We forgive Nomfundo. Come on.
Me, I don't forgive.
Come on.
Don't forgive someone for looking.
Because I believe, Wuti, like I'm saying, I asked you guys a question and nobody answered me.
Which was?
Is cheating premeditated?
No. And what kind of cheating are we talking about? Because at the COVID, you and I root on it. That's premeditated. It means I thought about it, I reasoned, and I rationalized it, right?
That's where I'm trying to go.
And thus I said,
emotional part
it's physical, though.
The emotional part is the start of it.
The emotional
before
part.
it gets to physical.
Fair, I'll give you that.
Granted. And then you start complimenting.
Granted.
Number one, you see NommyP in her pink dress. You start looking at her in a different way, the contouring, right? And then tomorrow, you start looking again to see if the contouring is there, and then you see it.
You even look for different
and then
versions
now
of her in
your
the dress.
lingo changes. You start complimenting NommyP. At first, she takes it as just platonic, and then it changes.
What's the intention?
It starts changing.
What's the intention?
Because now you have seen and
what's
you
the
are
intention?
now acting on our thoughts. The intention is to eventually get to
yeah,
her,
you see,
now you've developed
that's the thing.
feelings.
Yeah, intention. It starts with intention.
Sometimes there's no intention and it grows.
Nah, no, but that's
no intention.
That's an
of
exception,
asking me
though.
out, and
But that's an
spending
exception,
time
though.
together and
But that's an
conversing,
exception.
Then
those are
there's
exceptional
intention.
cases that happen rarely. So I could compliment you on a day-to-day basis. I could compliment to Afriberry on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
It means not that I'm interested in
Like
you.
how you
Ooh,
guys
Afriberry,
are
I like the dress
justifying-
you're
a
wearing.
content creator,
Right.
man.
And I'll get to you, Mr. P, just a
justifying
second.
everything.
No, I'm not justifying. But the thing is, at the COVID, let's be honest, at the COVID, most, if not all of us, and we're talking comparisons here in terms of numbers, a lot of us identify or are triggered by physical teaching. Obviously, it's going to trigger. It's going to be like, yeah, I don't like the fact that Uti, you are complimenting that girl, but it's like,
you don't just wake up and get physical.
I'm
It
not
begins
saying
somewhere.
I don't
It's
disagree
thoughts.
with that.
You think these things and your emotions act on your thoughts.
Fair,
You
but
first
that's with
picture
what?
her.
Intention.
You see NommyP
That's
wearing
with
a lace
intention,
top,
though.
You start picturing her and
But it's intention. Intention I'm ukuthi vele ngifuna ukubona vele ungagcokanga leyo lace
sometimes
top.
intention is not
yeah.
the basis.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Sometimes intention iqhamuka ngendlela.
So amadoda, you saying across the board men are just like that. So mangukubona ngukuplimenta men compliment every girl with
a blanket approach.
exactly
But what
because
I'm
it's
saying
exceptional
is,
cases.
even if it's non-physical, it does not have to be physical for it to be cheating.
So you identify me complimenting another girl as cheating.
Consistently, religiously, yes, I do.
I mean, that one is based on assuming that because we're trying to put something that is practical here to say, okay, there is a guy out there who's complimenting that one. Okay, we am funa, but now I compliment on
How
this
would
picture.
you feel
Let
more-
me say I like the pink dress, right? And then I see a girl with a pink dress. I like that dress on you. I'm not consistently.
That's different. That's
Exactly.
acceptable. I guess Shuguti, as my person now, go around not complimenting people. That actually means
Yep.
you're in touch with your emotions.
Am I cheating?
And no, you're not cheating because you're just giving a random once in a while.
So if it's
compliment.
more than
But
one
if
comment.
you are gonna camp on.
Yeah.
Faith and Gates' profile. Every 5 minutes she's posting number one to post Ish Mama was one muhle. Ish Mama, how I wish I could take you out on the date. Fire emojis. That's cheating, my brother.
Okay. So I have a comment right here.
Go on TikTok and you'll see.
So let me ask, would you then consider this cheating if a guy spends time with an AI tool? Or in fact, as it's actually someone where they talk to this individual or they spend time watching this these girlfriends online where you can pay
Bale ba ko Twitch bale.
Twitch.
King ALS or Ella whatever. I think for me, I think it's almost similar
Yeah,
to that because
right.
they spend time watching those girls and they're in costumes and stuff.
What are these girls doing, guys?
I mean, they talk to you. They back mamela. It's like a girlfriend, but like someone you'll.
The fact that you said it's like a girlfriend,
Sure.
I will count it as cheating.
Okay, now let me take it a step further. So you in a relationship and then you're walking on your guy doing self-pleasure, right?
It's cheating.
Self-pleasure is cheating.
Self-pleasure
Okay.
is cheating.
Tell me why self-pleasure is not cheating.
I don't think.
But if someone is panting, like you said, if you are panting, it is cheating. what's the difference between the two? Just in 30 seconds. Thanks, guys.
For me, I don't think self-pleasure is cheating because it's you also discovering yourself sexually. Too. Because in a way, in order for some people to know who you are, you also need to know yourself inside and out. And you also need to know what tickles your fancy. So for me, hence I say that it's not cheating. It's you just basically discovering yourself and having a much more in-depth
I start having
thing
a
with
problem
yourself.
with the fact that you're watching someone that is not me, that is cheating, because you are imagining that person. The fact that it exists in your imagination, my brother, you are cheating.
So are we discarding completely that all of us as humans, it's an innate thing that we have wandering eyes?
I'm not
Are you
discarding
wait,
it.
answer me. Wait, please, before we end.
30 seconds.
Are you answering? Please answer me. Are you saying, as Unomfundo, as NommyP, you're completely discarding the fact that as human beings, innately so, all of us, irregardless of your circumstance or whatever the relationship is like, all of us have wandering eyes? Are you discarding that?
We have wandering eyes, but it's how you act.
Fair, but are you discarding that?
Disciplined, guys. One person is enough. If
So you
are
agree?
A monogamous person.
So you agree that we
intend
have
to be
wandering
in a
eyes?
monogamous relationship. Do not be doing izinto zabantu who are in polygamous relationships when you intend to be in a monogamous
But you agree that
relationship.
you have a wandering eye?
If iso lakho lihlula likhiphe.
But you agree that you have a wandering eye?
I don't.
No, can you agree though? No, don't change the thing because now you want it to suit your narrative. Here's the thing, Nomfundo. Here's the thing. And in closure, in the last 30 seconds, all of us have wandering eyes. And if I comment on... You do. You do.
You are in denial.
You see, just because I can comment and a fire emoji on Faith Nketzi's picture on Instagram means not that I want her. I'm just acknowledging the fact that she's a...
I said religiously,
sure,
consistently.
Sure. Then that's a different conversation. Sure, absolutely.
Once off,
yeah,
it's okay.
We'll post this tombe namhlanje, and then next week we'll post a senior on a Tuesday, and I put a fire emoji again. Is that cheating? She looks good. She looks good. She's a pretty lady. She's wearing a nice outfit from a Temu
also,
or from
we can't
a
also
Shein.
apply a blanket approach. People have different relationships. There are things that are acceptable in some relationships that are not acceptable. Mina as Oma Poswa, ngiyacela nje bhuti wami, do not go around ama emoji.
A whispering eye. Someone commented a whispering eye right there.
Cut.
Yeah.
Cut your eye. If it's all like likhlupa, likhiphe.
I mean, girls will go to an extent of saying, hi, indo tishela ngamanga. The next thing, when things come across like these ones, you start complaining. Because there are women who will say that I like being, courted with lies. The next thing when I was liking is cheating. So is having a crush cheating?
There we go. Yes, it is. To your standards, according to what you've been saying this morning, it absolutely is. Because clearly your smirk means that you have crushes. You have a crush. Yes, you have a crush. It means.
What do you want?
Yes.
But
it's fine. We'll see each other tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we will, man. It was a great edition, man, of the Vooka Breakfast Show. Your energetic starts to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. It was nice being with you on this beautiful Tuesday morning. As continue to love yourself, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your day.